Live from Swain County Memorial Stadium in Boyce Dietz Field here at Swain County High School on a fabulous Friday night. This is Maroon Devil football as we're bringing you audio only live on the Maroon Devils Network here on a Friday. Gary Ayers along with the coach, Rod White. And, Coach, we can't see all the wonderful video that we normally are used to, and we'll explain why here in a few minutes. But it's good to be able to bring the live broadcast to people who want to follow the game, and I think this game might be a little more interesting than maybe people think.
Exactly. Can you spell rematch? And these are Smoky Mountain Conference schools.
Yes.
And you hold your breath anytime you're playing during the conference anyway, during the regular season. But when you have to play somebody twice, there's always that little edge that people pick up on you from the first time if you beat them. And I know on several occasions over the years, for at least 30 years, that second time you played, a lot of outcomes were way different. Different.
You know, they really were. And you remember it well. I know Toby Burrell and a lot of people in our age category, if you will. When we played in the old Smoky Mountain Conference with, of course, Silver Webster, Franklin, and Murphy, we had to play everybody twice. So it was an annual thing. And sometimes the first time you played and the second time you played were radically different. For example, in the playoffs one year, I know we upset Murphy here in the regular season. They came back in the playoffs, and it got ugly.
It did.
You never know.
You don't know. And the thing about it is that you learn so much from each other that first time you play. And so you can kind of set your game plan up to, take advantage of them. And I know a lot of times in the playoffs, in my tenure here, face them that second time, if they had beaten you, you had some ammo. And you were able to maybe get your players a little more intensified that week about what was going to happen, and vice versa. If you won, there was you felt them lurking. You just feel them lurking coming in on you.
Yeah. Talking about athletic activities, our Maroon Devils, of course, a big day coming up tomorrow down in Kernersville, North Carolina. That's about 3.5 hours away if you want to go tomorrow. And we're talking about the cross-country championships in Kernersville at the Ivy Redmond Sports Complex. Again, it's down near Winston-Salem. And gates open at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. The 1A boys get things underway at 9:40, 3A men at 10:20 a.m. the 1A women, then at 11 a.m. the 3A women for the cross country, and it's going to be an outstanding meet. And there are only a few teams that have qualified in the men's division. Of course, our Maroon Devil boys, Swain County High School, the team is going, and along with them, the Cherokee boys are going to be competing tomorrow as well. Now for the women, our Swain County women have qualified, and also a team from the mountains, Avery County, is going to be down there. But the Swain girls, the only women's team that qualified to compete down there. So, Coach, that's a big deal. We have some good athletes who are going to be running tomorrow, but they're running against, obviously, the best in the state, and those athletes also qualified. So, hey, there are no bad athletes down there.
Oh, no. When you get to that level, when you get to the championships of anything, even in your conference, but outside your conference, statewide, yeah, you're going to see some pretty special people down in things like that. And
I know those teams were on the road today traveling down there, and we wish them the best. And then coming up next week, on the North Carolina High School Athletic Association third-round soccer playoffs, our Maroon Devil boys are going to be playing down at Christ the King on Monday. That's going to be at 5 p.m. Now, if you want to go down there, it's at Huntersville, North Carolina. Again, that's about 3.5 hours away. Also, it's down there northeast of Charlotte, up there near Cornelius and Kannapolis and Concord, if you're familiar with those towns. And they're going to be playing a team that is outstanding. Christ the King, 18-1. They play in that Catawba Shores 1A, 2A conference, and they played actually in the 2019 state championship match. So these Crusaders that our guys are going to be going up against, they have that winning tradition.
Yeah, it sounds like they're loaded.
They are.
And like they had a good recruiting year. That's all you can say about it. They just they went out and found who they needed to end up back there again. I'm not going to say anything else about it. those schools, but that's kind of the way it works. But we're taking what God gave us here and going down there and play them.
That's it. Our Maroon Devils had a nice win beating Mountain Heritage. Our Maroon Devils, of course, a number 9 seed, beat number 8 seed Mountain Heritage 3-1, so that was an upset. And now the number 1 seed Crusaders beat Allegheny 7-0 and then beat Bradford Prep 8-1 in the second game. So, hey, I'd love to see our Maroon Devil boys go down there and knock these guys off. You talk about monumental upset, that would be it.
Yeah, all you have to do is think about statewide. This school is known for championships. It really is. And if you don't believe me, just travel around a little bit, wear a Maroon Devil T-shirt or something on it, and folks will approach you and say, I remember when we played you, or I saw you play, saw you in some sport. I don't care what it is: baseball, basketball, cross country, track, football, even wrestling. That. Hey, here's where we were. We saw you guys, and it's pretty special.
Yeah, people know I think the tradition that is alive and well here at Swain County High School. And talking about some of that, Coach, coming into this game tonight, this is the 6th straight time our Maroon Devils have hosted a first-round game, and 11th out of the last 12 years, actually. Back in 2014, our Maroon Devils were at Mount Airy for the freezing cold game. They won 14-0. But it's good to host. Our Maroon Devils are 36-2 in first-round playoff games over the years. And tonight we're going for our 20th. This is hard to believe.
Yep.
Going for our 20th straight home playoff win. That streak is the longest in school history and dates back to a 2005 second-round 14-7 loss to South Stanley. But 20th straight home playoff win.
Yeah, it's amazing. And one of the things that you feel fortunate to get a home game. Here it is, like we said earlier, the tough part about it is it's a foe you've already faced. You got to mix it up a little bit with them, because they're going to be set on how you beat them the first time, and they're going to work on that. If they don't, they're crazy.
It really isn't. And like I say, this really hasn't happened much through all the playoff years. The one I remember, obviously, was the Murphy team that had Carl Pickens that we upset in the regular season, and then they came back and got revenge. But, it's really rare to play a team from your conference again in the state playoffs.
Yeah, and the first round especially. That's where it's really exceptional, because second round, third round, there was a lot of times over the years that I was here that happened pretty regularly, and because there were good teams out of the conference. I mean, and you had to face them again.
And this says a lot about the players, the fans, and particularly coaches. You were such a part of this, Coach, and our Maroon Devils 59-4 here at Swain County Memorial Stadium in playoff games here at home. 59-4. Our overall playoff record is 91-30, and this will be our 122nd playoff game, and not too many schools can say that.
No, there's not, and it's an exceptional feat to have that kind of resume as far as a school being participating in that many playoff games.
It really is. Talking about our Hayesville-Swain matchup here tonight. We have met 5 previous times in the playoffs. Our Maroon Devils have a 4-1 edge. Now, the last 2 times we met in the playoffs was way back in 2005. Our Maroon Devils took a 35-21 win here at Swain County, and was in fact the last home game before the Devils would lose to South Stanley at home back in 2005. So I know we remember that year.
Oh yeah, it's one of those things that, people, you go back through your memory and you go back through time. And you try to consider all things when it came to these playoff games. Some of the biggest ball games occurred against Smoky Mountain Conference foes when you had to replay them. But luckily, for most of the time, we had them here at home, and it's just a great advantage.
And the last time we played a playoff game here at home was a couple of years ago. We had a big 47-10 win over Union Academy. In very few years have our Maroon Devils not qualified for the state playoffs. As a matter of fact, only 5, 1978, 1980, 83, 98, and 2020 with that COVID-shortened season and the playoff situation there. But going back to the last time we played, it hasn't been that long. We played these Hayesville Yellow Jackets about 3 weeks ago over at Hayesville. We won pretty easily, 42-14. Josh Collins had a huge game as he was over 100 yards rushing. We ran for 349 yards that night. We kept it on the ground, and we're very successful.
Yeah, we were able to eat their defense up. I mean, we did a great job blocking, play calling, ball carrying. We protected the football. We didn't shoot ourselves in the foot, and we came out of it on top.
We really did. And talking about some of the other 1A playoff games, Murphy, a number 9 seed, they're going to be probably cruising tonight against number 24 seed Allegheny. Number 8 seed Mountain Heritage hosting number 25 seed Albemarle. The winner will play the Murphy-Allegheny winner, by the way. And this game might be closer than the record showed. Cherokee is going to be hosting number 20 Cherryville, and they'll play the Robbinsville-Winston-Salem winner. And they're going to be playing tonight, of course, over at Robbinsville. Robbinsville probably a big favorite in that one. Yeah. Mitchell, number 3 seed, they're 8-2. They host number 30 seed South Davidson. Now the winner of our game will play the winner of that one, more than likely Mitchell up in Bakersville. And also in the 1A, number 10 Andrews, 6-3, hosting number 23 seed Bishop McGinnis, and the winner will play the Star Mountain South Stanley winner. And you know, we talked about Mitchell. Of course, we played one of their conference members in Mountain Heritage and lost to them. You know, Mitchell's a hard team to figure, and I don't want to get the cart before the horse. We're going to win tonight first, but you know, they lost. Mitchell lost to Andrews, which was a big win for Andrews, but then they go out and just really beat up on Mountain Heritage. Yeah. So, man, you just never know.
You don't know, and that's the thing about it. If you know anything about the 1A football, it comes and it goes. We all know that, and you can't recruit them. So there you are. But at the same time, those folks, their motivation is different when they play each other in that conference, just like it is here, just like it is with us. So, you know, the whole thing about. And Andrews spanked them. They really did. And it may have just woke them up when that happened.
Well, they did because, as a matter of fact, I believe going back and looking at that, after that game, Mitchell did not lose again. Mitchell won 6 straight games since losing to Andrews. Mm-hmm. The only other game they lost was to a 4A school, Lake Norman. That was 15-12.
Yeah.
But they came out and just rocked Mountain Heritage 33-0, and Mountain Heritage is a very good football team.
It was just I think Andrews gave them a wake-up call and said, you know, they came to play. Andrews, Coach Phillips had his bunch going, and they jumped on them, and they didn't let them up, and that's how you win football games.
They really did. Andrews beating Mitchell 26-14, excuse me, in that ball game. So, but again, right now, I guarantee you, Coach Neil Blankenship, his staff over there talking to our players in the locker room, Mitchell is the last thing on their mind.
Oh, yeah.
They're focused on these Yellow Jackets and the black and gold.
Like I said, their work's cut out for them tonight. They know it. Hayesville was missing a player the first half of the game over there, a very influential impact player.
Yeah, McTaggart.
McTaggart, the first part of the ball game over there when he came on the field, didn't have much effect in the second half because we were playing ball. We really were, and we owned them during that second half and really took control of the ball game over at their place.
Now, Coach, here's probably the big question, and I know Coach Neil Blankenship and his staff have been working on this week. Obviously, we're coming out of a tough situation. We had to play 3 ball games in literally a week, a Friday, a Tuesday, a Friday. None of those went well. I think, and again, this is just my own concepts, which I may be totally wrong. I think we really spent so much energy in that Murphy game. It was a tough game. That's a huge rivalry game, and it's like we just didn't have much left for Robbinsville and Cherokee.
There wasn't much in the tank, and you could tell that. You could tell that in the Cherokee game. You know, I'm not talking about necessarily physical fatigue. I mean, it was there too. But it's like we talk about. Those kids get out there, they get beat up some during the ball game. They're sore. They're mentally. I don't know. I'm just glad I never had to do that as a coach, to try to wrap your head around playing 3 games in that period of time. Yeah. Well, we've had a week of practice now. You know, we've had a week to, as you might say, lick your wounds. So now it's time to turn those back burners on and get this jet fired up.
Hey, no question, and that's going to be the key. Our Maroon Devils coming in fairly healthy. We have a couple of guys who are not going to be playing tonight. Lawson Woodard, our backup quarterback, he is banged up, not dressed out tonight. Also, NCHSAA Uford, of course, has been out most of the year with an injury. George Hyatt unable to play tonight. So we've got some people who are kind of banged up, but for the most part, we're ready to go. Zach Stepp may or may not play tonight, but for the most part, most of our wheels are in place, and we're going to be ready to go here in just a few minutes. But right now, we're going to take a break, and then we'll come back with the national anthem and so forth right here on the pregame show. Stay with us as we're bringing you live audio here on the Maroon Devils Network.
Real and psychology of education.
Sounds good.
Moment of silence, and then the invocation. At this time, we'd like to join our friends from Hayesville in observing the moment of silence in memory of their friend, John Chandler. A moment of silence, please. Thank you. And now, our invocation.
Let us pray. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for giving us the opportunity and allowing us all to gather this morning. I pray for the safety of all players, coaches, cheerleaders, band members, and parents. May everyone stay good, work with us, and keep the thoughts and prayers of everyone around them in these uncertain times. May make everyone safety as we all settle home now. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
For many decades, the traditional values of courtesy, patriotism, and discipline have been a part of the culture of the western North Carolina mountain and Swain County. As you will now face the northeast end of the stadium, turn your attention to the American flag. We will pay tribute to this great nation of ours and all the freedoms it represents. We ask everyone in the stadium to remove hats, stand attention and true reverence, and that all talking and other distractions cease while the Swain County High School band plays our national anthem. Thank you.
Fans, welcome back as we continue on the pregame show, getting ready for kickoff coming up in just about 10 minutes or so here on this Friday night. And let me explain. I know Toby Burrell had a good explanation today on Facebook concerning the regulations that we deal with when it comes to the playoffs here in North Carolina. And he says, as we've been talking about, the Maroon Devil Network is audio only tonight. And the reason for this is that the North Carolina High School Athletic Association owns the rights to playoff games, and as such, they charge a $500 fee for live streaming and a $250 fee for a delayed stream. And, of course, the Maroon Devil Network is a non-revenue generating organization with all monies going directly to Swain High Athletics. So, as such, we made the decision not to take $500 out of athletics to pay for the live stream. Now, if in the future anyone is willing to pay all or part of the fee, feel free to drop us an email, and we would gladly make it happen to just to email Toby. That's tburrell@swainmail.org. And we sincerely hope you understand our decision, which was a difficult one because we love bringing you Maroon Devil Athletics here, Coach. But I agree with Toby 100% that we don't want to take money out of our athletic budget for a broadcast. So that's basically the decision that was made. But now, hey, if we can come up with $500, for example, if we win tonight and go to Mitchell and they have a good internet situation there, hey, maybe we can do it live.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, Gary. I was completely ignorant of that regulation. I really was until y'all explained it to me. And you know, it's one of those deals that if somebody out there, you enjoy this broadcast and we're able to win tonight, and if we go over to Mitchell or wherever this thing ends up, then $500, and anybody and everybody can watch it.
That's it. And I know, of course, a lot of people love to watch the broadcast, especially if you're unable to travel. And talking about traveling next week, if we go to Mitchell, and again, I'm not putting the cart before the horse because we got to win this game first tonight. But it's 2 hours away from Bryce City. It's up on Ledger School Road at Bakersville. Many of you have been to Mitchell High School up there before, and but we've got to win tonight. Andrews beat Mitchell. There's no reason if we win tonight we can't go up and have a shot against Mitchell. But right now our focus is against Hayesville.
Exactly, and that's all Coach Blankenship and his coaching staff concerned about. That's all anybody should be concerned about.
Yes.
Although we beat them the first go around, there again, with you can't put that card out before the horse.
And it's as we've talked about, the Smoky Mountain Conference is a perfect example. I know, and Cherokee's is a good team to look at that. I know. I think Hayesville had beaten Cherokee. We beat Hayesville. Cherokee comes over here and beats us. So you start playing that, who beat who, and it just never seems to work out like logically you think it would.
Very, very seldom in the Smoky Mountain Conference has anything worked out logically or numerically. It's not in the cards. Somebody going to sneak up on somebody every year. I'll never forget. I was trying to remember, if it's 2002 or 2003. Hayesville had beaten Rosman 55-0 or something like that over there, and we went over as our open date and watched the ball game. We left at halftime because playoffs rolled around. Next thing I know, I wake up on Saturday morning. Coach Fox is calling me saying, when are we going to – I hadn't even heard the score. I had no idea. They had beaten Hayesville at Hayesville in the playoff game. And so I was as shocked as anybody. But, I took off, went and met Coach Fox, and it was on after that. And I threatened to kill our players if they didn't get absolutely smoking ready for that one. And we did. We were able to handle Rosman that night. But Rosman was bad for that. They could sneak up on people, and that's what happens in this conference. People got to understand that.
And, you're right. And Coach Fox was one of the best at getting his team ready to do that. And they had a couple of good playoff runs over there when he was their head coach. And, of course, his son played for him over there. And they had some good teams. But, boy, they're struggling this year in that new conference. Matter of fact, they're one of the few 1A teams that decided to opt out of the playoffs. And, it's interesting, Coach. There's only one team in the Western bracket that has a bye. That's Eastern Randolph because, of course, Rosman opted out. Then we found out that Mountain Island Charter, who I think was 8-1 or 9-1, was not allowed to enter the playoffs because they had some players involved in a fight during a game, too many players, and so they are banned from the playoffs.
Right.
So there's only one playoff bye in the West. But now over in the East, there are 5 playoff byes because some teams opted out of the playoffs. They didn't have enough to begin with. So 5 playoff byes are going on over in the East. Tarboro, Rosewood, Northampton County, Northmore, Northside, Pinetown, and Rosewood all got playoff byes. So, boy, they're getting ready for week 2.
Yeah, a lot of folks. Some of the schools they can't afford unless they've got a good program to get into these playoffs, and especially if they have to travel, and how much money is involved with especially overnight travel. Luckily, right now in this first round, nobody has much of an overnight travel. We all know, if you've ever been around our playoffs, about that second or about the third game, you might as well pack your bags. Somebody's hitting the road for a long stretch.
Oh, no kidding. Our captains tonight out there at center stage right now for the opening coin toss, Donovan Groenwald. Joining him out there, Nathan Bogdanovich. Also out there is Cooper Hyatt and big number 32, Carson Taylor. And what a year all 4 of those guys have had. They have really been cornerstones of this football team.
Yeah, you look at the success that we have had this season, and our failures, but with the success came the leadership of these guys. Now, even when things weren't going our way and when things went bad and we ended up losing a ball game, to be able to come back the next week and start working as hard and going through that grind that they went through last week of those 3 games.
Oh.
I tell you, I just it makes me hurt all over thinking about having to try to do that.
It's I hope we never see that again. It's never happened in the history that I've ever seen anyway, or been aware of in high school football. That many games in a 2-week span. But we're not the only ones here. Some other teams early in the season had to deal with that, and when they did, it seemed like they always picked that Tuesday night to play that COVID game, and boy, that's a tough week.
That's miserable. And Gary, I can't even split firewood for 3 times in a 7-day period, let alone play a football game.
Yes, and you've heard and you've played in them, and I think this is probably a good comparison. I've heard players say that it feels like, when you play a football game on Friday night or Saturday or in the NFL on Sunday, the next day you feel like you've been in a car wreck.
You are. I mean, and especially when it's as physical as it is in this part of the country, players are going to get beat up. I mean, this is a very physical game. Thank goodness it's still that way here in the mountains, and it really it takes a toll. It takes a toll on young men.
It really does. We've got some guys not dressed out today. I know Jalen Powell, Lawson Woodard, not dressed out today. Looking down there, George Hyatt, Ensa Uford, of course, has had a tough year with an injury situation. So we've got some guys not able to play tonight, but most of our guys are good to go as we see them run around the track, and they're going to get ready to come out of the field. Yeah,
and we know that Cameron Blankenship is dressing again tonight, but his play may be limited. He's still not 100%, but I think he begged his way back out there through a doctor or whatever, and I think he's going to be on the field. How much you gets utilized tonight, we'll just have to wait and see.
No doubt, and I think a lot of it is comes down from his dad and the tradition of this program, Coach, because he's a senior, and barring any statistical miracle, this is going to be our last home game this year.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it would take a miracle for us to be playing back here again, and there you go. He's a senior. He wants to put those pads on and be out here in that uniform. We know the last 2 games he was out and he was injured, and as a matter of fact, he got his injury initially, I think, over at the Hayesville. When during warm-ups, he ran into one of the kickers or punters running a pass route during warm-ups, and I don't think he fully recovered, and he's been out now for a while.
So I know all these seniors I think they're going to put it on the line because, again, barring any kind of a miracle, this is going to be our last game at home. Because of the seeding process, we're going to have to be on the road. And now the only way we can play at home again is if some lower-seeded team were to upset the team they're playing, and then we'd meet them in the playoffs, which is, it does happen, but it's very rare.
It is, and it's going to be one of those deals where folks are just going to have to try to, figure it out as they go. And nobody will know anything until tomorrow morning.
That's
anyway.
it. And it's going to be a big night for playoffs. And invariably, there's going to be one or two upsets somewhere around the mountains.
Always is. Always is.
Yep.
Yeah, like we were talking about the Rosman thing, we had beaten Hayesville during the regular season that year, but it was a dogfight. But now Rosman put it to them. When I got the film, it was unbelievable what the Rosman had done to them.
Now they're getting ready to kick off. The Yellow Jackets will kick off. Isaac Chandler, good kickoff man, back deep, a good return man as well. And Cooper Hyatt for the Maroon Devils as we're getting ready to rock and roll here. And it's going to be a good high, deep kick. Getting under it over there is going to be Donovan Groenwald. Back out to the 20-yard line. Cooper out there blocking in front of him. Got some room over here on the right sideline. But he's going to be good. Going to be trapped over there by Taylor McClure. And, of course, he's the coach's son. And he knows how to play some football.
Yeah, he put his feet out and got him. Took a good angle. Good return, though. Good field position to start right here. Very good.
Outstanding. And boy, if we can get off to a good start, that just goes a long way in setting the tone for the rest of the game.
Yeah, it's all about momentum. It's all about momentum early in the ball game here. I know the folks can't see it, but we're going to try to give you the best.
Yeah. Quarterback, of course, Gabe under center. He's going to hand off, and here comes Carson Taylor. And boy, he is such a weapon. And I've said this every Friday night.
Yeah,
I love to watch him run. I know the defenses don't like to watch him run because he's hard to stop.
Well, he doesn't go backwards. That leg drive, and he keeps his upper body rolled over. We ran a weak side veer.
Anytime you can get a good 4 yards per play, your offense is working. So we pitch it back and around the right side. Down the sideline is going to be Josh for a first down. And this time, outstanding pitch from Gabe to Josh Collins.
Yeah, that was a blind.
Strong. And I tell you what, it's going to be fun to watch him in basketball, too, because he has just improved every year.
Yeah, he's just so much stronger now than he was. And, of course, he's a senior, and he's at motion to twin them.
Good job by Gabe down to the 25-yard line, 5 or 6 yards on the play, and he just got enough seam to jump through there.
Yeah, puts it right down on the 25-yard line. I mean, just driving wide this way, wide right.
Yep, going to be wide right. So the Maroon Devils come back to the sideline with a 6-0 lead. 8:24 to play here in the first quarter. We'll take a break, and we'll be back with a kickoff on the Maroon Devils Network. Okay, all right. We need a bunch of those drives. We like those kind of drives.
You're also having internet problems, so you're going to be in and out. He's working on it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I heard a lot of noise on the headset. I wasn't sure what it was. Yellow Jackets as they're going to bring back the kickoff return in pretty good shape out to the 27-yard line. Coach, our Maroon Devil scoring drive, 9 plays, 67 yards, 3 minutes, 36 seconds, and we did it basically all on the ground as, again, 9 carries, 67 yards, averaging over 7 yards per play.
And picking up those first downs, 5 first downs in that drive. And I understand we're having a little bit of internet problems, so bear with us. Oh, we're in the wolf front. Here we go.
3-man
I hope
front.
we stay there. Yep.
Yeah, got a man in motion for the Yellow Jackets. They want to throw. They are out down the right sideline up for grabs over the head.
Yep.
And it's got to be pretty tall to get over the head of Jake McTaggart, who's 6'6". But man-to-man coverage over there and covering him really well on that side as well.
Yeah, they went straight for the juggler, throwing it to their big man out there. But when you look
That's
out
Cooper.
there and Cooper Hyatt
Yep.
is running step for step with him, then that's the best coverage you can have.
That's good coverage. Cooper's not a short guy at 6'1".
Yeah,
That's
going
a key matchup.
They're going all key matchups tonight. They're putting Connor to the wide side of the field wherever 44 is lining up. He
He's
just
in the
switches
slot.
side. Yeah, they're going to play zone coverage.
Another
And run a
handoff.
belly play.
Oh, boy, in the backfield, into the secondary. Big run over there for Brian Davenport. He's a junior. Didn't play much against us last time, but he picks up a Hayesville first down.
He sure did. He blew through there. The zone play back away from the 3 receiver side, and they're going no huddle. and then they come back out in the same formation,
Quarterback
same
hands
play,
off to him
run the
again.
exact same play, just trying to get it right back up in there and keep us off balance.
And he did. He picks up 5 yards this time on first down. This time it's going to be Taylor McClure, their normal running back, who has 430 yards rushing this year and is also their leading tackler on defense. Number 20 is one of their keys tonight.
Yeah, this inside zone scheme they run, which if you don't know what that means is that there's 2 blockers to block 2 guys, and they combo up to the second level. They both go for one and the other. Going to throw this one.
Caldwell back to throw, looking. He's going to
pass.
tuck it. Now he throws, and he throws it behind his receiver, Kevin Kleckner, over here, who was open on the sideline. Might have been a first down. Runs it over 100 yards rushing. Third down.
Twins to both sides. Going to run the outside
and
zone.
Here's McClure, and he's got the first down.
Yeah.
Inside the 45-yard line goes McClure for Hayesville.
Yeah, outside zone is one-on-one blocking. It's all reach blocking for the old school guys. We referred to it as a reach block. That's what folks are now calling the outside zone. The inside zone is when 2 players come off into a defensive lineman. One of them goes on up to linebacker level. That's determined by what the defensive lineman does.
This time it's going to be, they're going to put McTaggart deep in the backfield this time, as they're going to have a different set. They like to move McTaggart around, the big 6'6" utility player, if you will. And they're going to hand it off to him, and he runs right up into a bunch of Maroon Devil jerseys, though, for only a 1-yard gain.
Didn't get much out of that. We did a good job of staying on the line of scrimmage, knocking them off of us at the line of scrimmage, and not getting driven back. Now, that's something, it hurt us the past 3 weeks or 3 games. We started getting knocked off at football, and that makes for a long night.
Oh, it does. If you can't control the line of scrimmage, you're in for a long night. Second down and 9. This time they bring McTaggart over into the slot on the left side. Maroon Devils with a 4-man front defensively. Here comes McClure on the handoff. He tries to cut it back inside and carries down to the 39-yard line. It's going to bring up third down and almost 5 to go.
Yeah, that really wasn't the inside zone. That looked like they were just trying to catch us, trying to flow over the top and just dive it up in there.
And they kind of let McClure read where he could go. He couldn't see anything outside. He cut it back inside. Talking about their quarterback, though, let me give you his correct numbers. Caldwell, 148 completions against 245 attempts. He's actually thrown for 2,165 yards and 13 touchdowns. He's back to throw again. Has his man left side down inside the 35-yard line. Going to be enough for a Maroon Devil first down to Kyle Lunsford.
Yeah, the Yellow Jackets pick up another first down right there. Now they're mixing it up, running and throwing it, running these zone plays and throwing the football. And that was just an underneath bubble screen. And they had everybody blocked on the edge, and he ran it back up inside.
And they have 2 big wide receivers. Lunsford is 6'2", 200 pounds. Everybody knows about McTaggart, who's 6'6", about 230. So he's got 2 big guys to throw to.
They're going to put him at tailback again this time.
So McTaggart deep in the backfield again. First down now for the Yellow Jackets. Now the quarterback, they move up close.
Center out of eye backs.
First down at the 31-yard line. And they hand it off to McClure, but boy, he found nothing up there up front.
No, that was the trap that everybody's been hurting us with. That Cherokee even hurt us with, just running a fullback trap right there up in the line of scrimmage. And this time we blew it up at the line of scrimmage.
So a good play up front by Nathan Bogdanovich. We probably haven't talked about him enough, but he's the 3rd leading tackler on this Maroon Devil defense, and he has had a really solid year.
Yeah, he's playing all over the field.
He is a solid junior coming back. Second down and 11. Yellow Jackets lost a yard. Here's McTaggart getting the pitch in the backfield. He cuts it upfield, breaks a tackle down the right sideline. Going to be close to a first down. We finally shove him out of bounds, but he's a big guy to bring down.
He was. That was a sweep play all the way, and once they got to the edge, he just cut it upfield, and we did a little bit of dive tackling right there and missed him.
So right now the couple of scores. The Cherokee Braves lead their game 8-0. Murphy leads Allegheny 7-0. We'll try to keep you posted on some of those scores. So Smoky Mountain Conference looking good here early.
Out of eye backs again. He fumbled the ball.
Yep, got a loose football, and so let's see how this plays out. Looks like the Yellow Jackets got it back. Yeah, there. Caldwell got it back, the quarterback.
Yeah, he went right back down on it. It just hit in his hands, and and they're so used to snapping that ball deep. He may have a little trouble with that exchange. That's only the second time we've seen him under center.
So now, second down, Yellow Jackets.
3rd and 5 or 6 right here on the 15-yard line, right at the 15-yard line. We'll see what they're going to try to do to convert here on 3rd down. They got a wide side up there towards their sidelines now, and now they're putting 3 receivers out there wide and putting the back to the same side as the 3 receivers. So I'd say he's going to sprint that way and either run with the ball, or they may even try to run it weak side. No. Throwing it underneath and picked off at the line of scrimmage.
Nathan jumped up, intercepted at the 15, and they tried to run that slant, Coach, and Nathan just jumped up and grabbed it.
He was at the line of scrimmage, saw the ball come out of the quarterback's hands, elevated, and it hit him right in the hands, and he pulled it down. What a great play. You don't see that much, not at the line of scrimmage.
You really don't.
I could see as him being at a linebacker depth, that ball came out hard, fast, and he just got his hands up and caught the darn thing.
He did, and the receiver over there just ran that slant right toward the middle, and, boy, Nathan was right in the way.
He was standing right at the end of the line of scrimmage, just elevated and went up and got the football.
Big turnover here with the early going, 2:52 to play. Maroon Devils up 6-0 now with the football back at the 15-yard line. Split backs, and it's going to be a little reverse over here to Nathan, and he carries out across the 20 for about 6 yards.
That 6-yard carry, all it was a counter fake, and give him the ball coming over the top with the lead blocker.
And the lead blocker was big Conrad Henderson, a 6'4", 275-pound junior who's played really well this year. And Nolan Fisher also over there, 270-pound sophomore.
Yeah, they'll be back.
And we've got a bunch of good linemen back. Going to lose a couple of good ones, and Zach Torres and Connor Driver. So a lot of folks coming back though. Got a freshman over there starting at left tackle, and that's where Gabe runs around the left tackle. Our left tackle over there is a true freshman, Grady Lewis, number 75, who's starting tonight. Yeah,
we took the ball right then. He that was pure option that time. He just kept it, and now it makes it third and a long one.
3rd down and 1. Under 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. The Maroon Machine on the drive so far. We've had positive yardage all night. We've been running it all night. 11 carries, 76 yards, have not attempted one pass. We're averaging almost 7 yards per play. That is controlling the line of scrimmage.
Looks like a weak side veer again. It was, giving the ball right up in there, just knocking everybody off the football and giving it to the main man and letting him do his work. Carson Taylor again.
And he does that well in a short yardage situation. He is just so hard to stop.
Yeah, he's a go-to guy at any point in time on the field.
He really is. 30-yard line, Maroon Devils 1st down and 10. Just over a minute to play in the first quarter. As now we're going to, looks like we're going to split a couple of guys wide out to the left side. So, by the way, over there at left tackle right now is going to be Connor Driver, big number 65. And we run right up the gut. But, boy, this time Hayesville meets us in that hole.
Yeah, sure did. We didn't get much out of that play. We ran that one earlier. That's a bend back in there by the running back, running out of split backs. He's trying to run right behind that center's block, and this time they closed from the outside in.
So good penetration in there, and some of their leading guys in there, of course, Dawson Devane, Brian Davenport. Their leading tackler is Taylor McClure, their outstanding running back. Taylor has had 91 tackles in the year for the Yellow Jackets. He's right in there in that middle linebacker spot right over the center. 2nd down, 8. Donovan in motion. We dropped the football this time, and Hayesville may have it.
Yeah, they were blitzing the linebacker. They walked him right up in the line of scrimmage.
There's Taylor McClure, a guy we were just talking about.
Yeah, right before the snap, he was at the line of scrimmage, and we missed the snap.
So now we've had back-to-back turnovers. We're kind of in the same position defensively as we were a few minutes ago when we intercept. And he is, again, a load to bring down. He carries down to the 27-yard line.
Yeah, they started making it look like a zone play, but it ended up being a trap. They pulled this backside guard, and as the offensive lineman released to the outside on the strong side of the field, they tried to trap it back inside.
So now the first quarter is gone. We go to second quarter action in just a minute with our Maroon Devils up 6-0. Fans, stay with us. We'll be back here on the Maroon Devils Network. And back we are, fans. 1 quarter gone. Maroon Devils in front 6-0. One updated score. Murphy leading their game 13-0. 5 minutes left to play in the first over there. As now Hayesville has it back as we lost the turnover. And they throw a ball. It's going to be up for grabs. It's going to be picked off. And bringing it back out to the 25, back out to the 30. Good return. 40, 45, 50. There is Josh Collins. He's still on his feet. Still on his feet. And now he's got blockers. He's going to take it all the way to the house. And he's going to score on the pick 6.
That's going to be hard to describe. That ball got deflected at the line of scrimmage by the same individual who had the last interception.
Nathan?
He tipped. Yeah, they tried the same play to throw that slant in there. Nathan takes his paws and goes up there and didn't get it this time, but he tipped it. And when he tipped it, Collins was right under it, and he broke to it and got the ball and did one unbelievable job of knocking tacklers down, running back across the field, and just ended up with a huge, huge play. It's real hard to describe.
Wow. He broke a couple of tackles, Coach, and he changed directions 2 or 3 times, taking that one all the way to the house. But again, big Nathan Bogdanovich, who is 6'3", you're right, tipped that ball up. Josh came right down on his hands, and then it was off to the races, and he was running looked like a gauntlet out there.
He sure did, and he made it happen. He
did.
really did.
Here comes the PAT. This kick is going to be up. This one is good by Gavin Lanning, and the Maroon Devils turn a turnover into points. 13-0 lead over the Yellow Jackets. And right now, Coach, besides the opening drive, which the Maroon Devils had a good one and scored, but right now it's been the story of turnovers.
It is, and we're so fortunate that happened. We're so fortunate that ball got tipped. And it got intercepted. And from that point, though, it was all Collins. I mean, where he intercepted it, he was about just a little bit deeper than linebacker level when he broke up and got that football. He saw it tipped, and he broke up to it. And the receiver didn't have a chance of getting back to it. And once he got it, it was all him from there on out.
Oh, no question about it. And I'm just estimating here, that's probably a 75 or 80-yard return from where he –
78.
78. We were right on the money. 78-yard return by Josh. But again, he weaved his way through. He had some blockers and just an outstanding return.
Yeah, there was about 8 Maroon Devils went in the end zone with him down there. They were so pumped up and trying to help him get upfield. But he saw them all. He's got great vision out there.
Outstanding return. And now the Maroon Devils lead by a score of 13-0 here early in the second quarter, 11:40 to play. So now we're going to be kicking it back to the Yellow Jackets, and the kick is going to be taken by McTaggart at the 23, out to the 25, out to the 30, out to the 35. And again, he might not be the fastest guy in the world, but he is very strong.
He's a load.
You almost have to gang tackle him.
You do. He's a great big guy. He's strong, and when he turns upfield, I mean, that's 6'6" frame. He's going to stretch out.
No doubt, 6'6", 230. And, you don't see a lot of people at skill positions that big at the high school level.
No, you don't. And he's got the abilities to play there, and they've got him. They've got him in the right place.
No doubt. Very versatile player. First down and 10 now at the 40-yard line, and he's going to be wide this time over on the left side, short side of the field. But they hand it off to McClure. He's their workhorse, and he carries out for just a yard. Second down and 9 coming up.
Yeah, we did a good job attacking him at the line of scrimmage, and he ends up leaning forward for about a yard. But they were trying to run it to that open side, just one receiver to that side of the field. They had trips over here to our sidelines, and just trying to hope we were weaker over there and we were overplaying it.
And as we mentioned, this is the 6th straight time our Maroon Devils have hosted a first-round game, and 11 out of the last 12 years. So our Maroon Devils have a tradition, and now we're going to have a timeout with 10:55 to play here, Coach. We'll take a break as well with the Maroon Machine up 13-0. We'll be back on the Maroon Devils Network.
Second down and 9, number 41 for the Yellow Jackets.
Fans, welcome back. Second down, Hayesville now jumping under center in the I formation. Second down and 9. Twins to the right. Maroon Devils got a bunch of guys up in the box right now. We've got about 6 guys up in the box. Got a penalty flag. And going to be interesting to see what this flag is.
The play clock hadn't run down. Let's see.
No. Must
somebody,
be Illy up. I'll start. Yeah,
somebody jumped, and they didn't even have a play call. They were waiting for the coach to tell them what to do over there. They were at the line of scrimmage, and somebody must have jumped or stepped. At least they broke the plane, but it was the back judge that threw the flag. So he saw somebody move. Yep,
so somebody move. False start, moving Hayesville back. Second down and 14 coming up now. For the Yellow Jackets, coming in 3-7 overall this year, 1-4 in Smoky Mountain Conference play. As this time the quarterback is going to throw it out to their screen out on the left sideline, but boy, the Maroon Devils were all over that play, leading the charge. Cooper Hyatt over there.
Yeah, and Bogdanovich too. He went out there and struck that young man. He came from the line of scrimmage and he saw that ball being thrown, and he just took off like a dart out there and really tagged him up.
That was Kevin Kleckner out there, their sophomore, 6-foot receiver wide to the left side. Third down, they got a few yards back. 3rd and 9 though. Maroon Devils with a stop here will get the ball back. 10:24 to play, second quarter.
Trips to the wide side of the field again, a single receiver into the boundary.
Caldwell back to throw. Here comes pressure.
Contain again.
Has to fire. Got him on open. McTaggart is open. He got behind. Is going to wipe that out.
Yeah, I think we were in
right below the waist.
Yeah, we were in the zone coverage, and we never saw him make that outside break. As a corner, you've got to open your hips up and find him. And as a safety, you've got to know where he's at, and especially if he crosses to the outside, because he's the main target. He's who they're wanting to go to. They'll throw those bubble screens and a few out routes to those other folks. But for big plays, they're wanting that 6'6" frame upfield.
And he's had a good year. 37 catches on the year, 475 yards, 4 touchdowns, averaging 13 yards a catch, and that's a pretty good number.
That's a pretty good average. Yeah, we're gonna do a little shake up here. They're going trips into the boundary now. No backs, just the quarterback back there, and twins to the upper side of the field. So they're going to throw this thing.
Yeah, 3rd and 27.
Yeah.
Long way to go. Back to throw is Caldwell.
Contain again. Got a linebacker coming up on him.
He fires, got his man complete, but it's going to be way short of the first down over there, Coach. That's Lucas Sutton forcing him out of bounds, but they're going to have to punt.
Yeah, they'll make them. All we were trying to do is not make sure they get that first down.
And so playing some good prevent on defense. So now coming on to punt is going to be Isaac Chandler, averaging 32 yards a punt. Back is going to be Cooper Hyatt, and Cooper has had a good return season. He's a good return man.
I like it. I love it when he's back there. I hope they punt it right to him. I love to watch him do this.
He's a big play capability kind of guy. Low snap, but the punter picks it up. Line drive punt. There's going to be no return. It takes a Hayesville bounce, but goes out of bounds at about the 29, and that's where we'll have it 1st and 10.
Yeah, not bad field position for that punt. It took a rabbit run on us right there, but the punter kind of shanked it in low line drive, and it took off and picked up 6 or 8 yards on us.
Here's some updated scores right now. Robbinsville winning their game big time as they lead 23-8. Murphy leads Allegheny 13-7 in the first quarter. The Cherokee Braves are all over Cherryville 22-0 in that game. So again, good night for most of the teams in the Smoky Mountain Conference. Our Maroon Devils lead here 13-0 over Smoky Mountain Conference opponent Hayesville. Cooper, left side, tries to make a shake and bake, but pretty good tackle over here for, looks like Logan Caldwell, their quarterback who plays corner also.
Yeah, he made an open field tackle right there. We still pick up about 5 on it, but we just need to get forward progress out of this thing. Start picking up those first downs, not worry about big playing them yet. Just keep moving the football like that. Was a very safe pass, throwing it out there to Connor and letting him do his thing out here in the grass.
Talking about offense, Maroon Devils 15 plays, 88 yards. Hayesville 18 plays, 82 yards. But again, big turnovers have played into the numbers. Second down, we need about 6. And we're going to run to the right side. And there's Gabe very close to a first down across the 40.
Yeah, he just follows that dive back right up in there. It becomes an isolation. It's a good play. And just a great opportunity for him to run the football.
And Gabe is very capable. Matter of fact, Gabe on the season has carried 113 times, 544 yards, averaging almost 5 yards a play with 7 touchdowns.
All right, midline.
Here he
Great
comes.
midline play, and there comes the big man. Ooh.
First down. Man, what a run. He picked up about 16, 17 yards.
Carson hit that as slick as I've seen him hit it all year long. It was a midline option. They left the defensive tackle standing. Didn't even block him, and he ran right by him and just looked like he was shot out of a rocket once he passed those linebackers.
Boy, he did. Again, about 16 or 17.
Going out of the gun this time.
First down and 10 at the Hayesville 42, 8:24 to play, first quarter. Gabe back to throw. Looking down the right side, he airs it out, and we've got pushing and shoving. There's an offensive interference on Asher Brown, and I think Asher probably did the right thing. He had his back to the play. He couldn't see the ball, so instead of giving up 6, he pushed him.
Yeah, I believe it's on the D, and he knew that. He knew if he didn't do something, because they've seen the film. They know he can go up and get that ball at any point in time. So he did what he felt like he had to do to keep him from scoring, because it was a touchdown if he didn't do something.
That's it. Donovan would have had a touchdown. So, and I've heard coaches say that, Coach, that, hey, rather than give up 6, hey, we'll take the interference.
I coached it all my career. Just, if you feel like you're getting beat and you see the ball in the air and he's out in front of you, tackle him, grab his shirt, whatever, we'll take the 15.
That's it, 15 instead of 6. This time the Maroon Devils are going to pitch it out to Josh, but boy, McTaggart and company are there. Josh reverses field. He's still trying to make something happen, and he does. He's
back with it.
Yeah, it's going to be against the Maroon Devils. That's going to wipe out a really good run by Josh Collins, who's had a great season, 2 carries and a couple of touchdowns this year. Coach Neil Blankenship trying to ask for an explanation.
Yeah, I don't know. He didn't give a signal for a hold. I'm not real sure what he called. We'll see how far the penalty is here, because I thought it was a holding call, but it's going for 15.
It's backing up all the way to the 45-yard line.
It had to be a personal foul of some kind.
I think it was a personal foul signal.
Yeah, I don't know really what the.
Well, he gave it, and it was really quick, but it looked like a personal foul.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the call, and boy, that backed us up. We lost about 20 because Josh was down at the 25-yard line. Now we're back at the 45. So that was a tough penalty. First down now, we've got about 20, first down and about 27, 28 yards to go. Nathan, tight end strong on the right side. First down now, we hand off to Josh. He runs to the right side, trying to pop outside, but there again, Taylor McClure, their leading tackler, over there to stop him.
Yeah, he and McTaggart were off that edge out there, and McTaggart's playing that outside linebacker position. He saw that sweep coming this time and just stepped up to the line of scrimmage, and we weren't able to get outside of him.
And they're 2 of the leading tacklers on this Yellow Jacket defense. As we mentioned last time we played, the Maroon Devils winning 42-14, as we really ran the ball well in that ball game, and we're running it pretty well here tonight as well with a 13-0 lead. But now we need a couple of big plays. We have second down a long way.
Yeah, and it's not 4-down territory. We're going to trade the tight end to the right, from the left to right side this time. Now we're going to play action fake.
There's Nathan in motion, but we had contact, but again, pass just overthrown. There was really nowhere to go.
Yeah, it was kind of like a dump pass, an extended one. It was a little further upfield than what you'd like to throw it, but it was well covered. So that's going to bring up third down now.
Third down and long. Maroon Devils at the 48-yard line. Don't forget our cross-country teams down at Kernersville tomorrow. Our soccer team down at Huntersville on Monday. Good luck to all those athletes.
Yeah, we've got 6 minutes and 55 seconds left to go in the second quarter. The clock is stopped for right now. Going out of the gun this time.
Gabe fakes. Airs it out. Big play down the left side. Cooper is there. He's get tangled up, and there's another pass interference.
Sure was. Number 6, their corner, left his feet and went in and made contact while they were both in the air, but you put his hands on him, and I think that's what that official's calling.
Yeah, and he got him tangled up, so it's going to be interference against the Yellow Jackets again, so our Maroon Devils will move the ball upfield.
Now the flag's being picked up, and I'm trying to – okay, I got you. Okay.
So now it's going to be interesting to see where they spot the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
It's going to put us in much better shape than we were anyway. Let's put it that way. But Hayesville covering our wide receivers pretty well, but boy, sometimes when they can't see where the ball's coming, they're in no man's land.
Yeah, and I think that was the biggest reason the official threw the flag was simply that he had his head turned and he just put his hands up on him to try to keep him from elevating and going and getting that football.
So now third down, the line of scrimmage is going to be the Hayesville 33. Third down, we need about 15. We're in 4-down territory. Nathan wide left. Got a man wide to the right side.
Out of the gun again, got motion.
And it's going to be a jet sweep to Nathan, or check that Groenwald.
Yeah.
Nathan at the 30, down to the 25, breaks a tackle, stays on his feet. I tell you, Donovan Groenwald is a tough kid, and he fights for every yard.
He leans he leans into it. He really does. He doesn't pull any out of the 7. And once they mark this off, I'm just going to go out on a limb and hope. I don't know. They may have something else they want to try to do, but this looks like Carson Taylor territory to me right here.
Yeah, 4th and 7 is designed for this kind of play. Second down.
They run another follow right here, maybe even in behind him, and let him lead block here for the quarter.
Opening drive, but you take that opening drive and that one big turnover away, and you look at the stats. This game is pretty even.
Yeah, it's been a stalemate. Otherwise, having the football, being in possession of it, keeping it out of their hands.
That's it, and wearing down the defense.
Yeah.
Second or fourth down now. Fourth down, we need a long 2. We're out there at 19-yard line. Split backs. Gabe under center. There goes
man.
Carson Taylor, and Carson should have it.
Should have it, but it's going. If the head linesman over there gets his spot, then we've got it.
That should be a first down.
Yep.
And that'll keep the chains moving with 6.5 minutes to play here in the second quarter. And they're going to measure at the 17-yard line, but from here,
measure, but it does look like it. But who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
But don't forget now, friends, if we hang on and win this game, more than likely going to be at Mitchell next Friday night. Mitchell, the number 3 seed in the playoffs. And if you're wondering, if you've never been up to Mitchell, it's at Ledger School Road up in Bakersville. 2 hours away. You just go up through Burnsville. Keep going.
Keep going. That's right. You just keep traveling.
Go up Highway 26, exit off 26 like you're going, up Mars Hill area. Coach Rod White's old stomping grounds. You know that territory well.
Yeah, I knew it back before there was a 4-lane that went through there. So there.
Yes, we do. Boy, I tell you what. That's the first down they do measure. But I got to tell you, Coach, that's one of the prettiest drives around, driving, for example, from Asheville over to Johnson City on that 26.
It is. That mountain, if you go over the top of that mountain, drop down on the other side, down towards Johnson City and Bristol, and that area out in there, that's pretty country.
It really, really is. And I'm so glad we don't have to drive that 2-lane highway anymore.
That thing was like a snake.
It was.
People think 129 was bad. That was awful going across through there.
Especially in the wintertime.
Oh.
Man,
yep.
Done it several times in the basketball season. Here comes Josh Collins.
And we started a sweep play. McClure, it was either blitzing. I couldn't tell. He didn't leave his stance until the ball was snapped. And I think he smelled that out. He was unblocked, unchecked, and he just came through there getting it and tackled us for a loss.
Well, that's Coach Chad McClure's son over there, Taylor, and I'm sure he watches a lot of film and he knows our tendencies. And, hey, like we said, we've played once, so we're going to see a lot of the same stuff.
Oh, yeah, and from that linebacker position, he can see he's pretty much their middle or strong side linebacker. It's pretty much the way they're playing him.
He has 91 tackles on the year.
Comes again.
And we run right up the gut, and this time for a couple of positive yards back to the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 3rd and 10.
That was a blitz that time. He was trying that A gap. We got a piece of him, but we weren't able to get the ball up in there. He kind of horse collared us.
So a lot of guys up there leading the way on the offensive line. Connor Driver, big Nolan Fisher. Watch, hey, we're gonna miss a couple of these guys. Our 2 senior linemen, Connor Driver, Zach Torres, 65 and 72, and Connor's had a good season.
Yeah,
he's played a lot both ways,
and
he's a tough lineman. And they're going to miss all these seniors. I tell you, they've played a big part this year. 3rd down and 10, split backs. Gabe back to throw down the middle, over, shot his man a little bit, almost picked off right through the hands of was that Reese Winchester on a slant?
Yeah, he ran a slant pattern. It went right through his hands and hit one of the defenders, the corner. For Hayesville, and it ended up bouncing off of him.
And, by the way, that's their quarterback, Logan Caldwell, who also plays corner. And, boy, I thought for a minute he might have pull that one in. But,
yeah, I think it kind of surprised him. It got on him so quick there.
4th down now. 5 minutes to play in the second quarter. Still plenty of time on the play clock. Our Maroon Devils looks like we're going to line up and go for it at the 17.
4th down, and this right here it'll tell some of the tale right here of the first half.
Josh going in motion to the right side. We don't see that much. He goes in motion. Gabe throwing down the middle,
There's
wide
the
open,
pass,
wide
touchdown.
open. And what a play over there to again, Donovan Groenwald, and nobody was near him.
Yeah. Yeah, he went. He just hit the seam between the two safeties, and there's not enough people out there.
Fans, welcome back. Michael Money and Taylor McClure back deep for the Yellow Jackets. This one is going to be brought back by Michael Money out to the 15, 20, out to the 25, and he carries back out to the 28-yard line, and he's brought down there with that's where Hayesville will take over 1st down and 10. But good job by a lot of freshmen on that kickoff team. One of those, Dawson Fuller, of course. Dawson's been playing a lot on special teams.
Yeah, and Brandon Frost will have a big part of that play right there, too.
Some updated scores right now. The Cherokee Braves leading 22-0 in their game. Murphy leads Allegheny 21-7 in that one. And Robbinsville up 23-14 in the second quarter in their ball game. So again, a good night for the Smoky Mountain Conference. Right now, the Maroon Devils up 20-0 in our game. They try to run with McClee runs in with 3:28 to play. Right now, Hayesville with 1 timeout left.
Going out of that gun eye this time. Fullback right beside the quarterback and the tailback behind him.
3 yards. And stepping up to trip him up is going to be Lucas Sutton again.
Stepped right up and made the play.
Well, Lucas, a great year, a sophomore.
Yeah, I hadn't said his name much tonight, but he's really come into his own. Playing back there with Taylor, learning a lot.
And I know we're going to lose about 9 or 10 seniors or so. We have 9 juniors coming up, 15 sophomores coming up. So a lot of good kids coming back, even though every year, boy, you hate to see those seniors go.
You hate to see it. It breaks your heart. And you coach them all that time. You get real attached to them. And when they leave, you got to look and see what the dynamics of the next round's going to be, and start moving people around and doing different things.
Yeah, and every team's different, isn't it?
Oh, everyone has its own personality and its own character.
3rd down now. Maroon Devils need about 6, or check that. Hayesville needs about 6 out of the shotgun. Their quarterback, Logan Caldwell, rolling. Carson Taylor after him, and we get him pinned on the sideline, but he gets it away. There's going to be a penalty flag for interference over there.
That was not interference. I know it's on us, but that was not interference. That ball, the receiver was nearly out of bounds. And when Connor Hyatt turned his back, he was facing the field and jumped for the football and banged into that receiver. And
they threw the flag.
And they threw the flag on him. That's ridiculous.
Yep, he went up to try to catch the ball.
He went after the football, and now they're going to call interference because he collided with the receiver who was already out of bounds. This is not right. Yeah.
So it's going to be going to give Hayesville a big 1st down on this interference penalty, and this is the, I think, 3rd pass interference call we've seen here in the first half.
Yeah, and that, I mean, 2 of them were very obvious, and not because they were against Hayesville necessarily, but that was not a pass interference.
Yeah, different dynamic.
At all, yes.
1st down and 10. Yellow Jackets now out of the shotgun, 2.5 to play in the first half as they try to get some points on the board. McClure up the gut, has some room, and he carries down inside the 30-yard line. That's going to be a big 1st down for Carson Taylor, brings him down.
Inside zone again, just what they started the game off with, and he just popped it. All he does is wait and see which defensive lineman jumps outside first. And when he sees that, then he makes his cut right then, because all they're doing is pushing him to the sideline.
So now Hayesville, plenty of time on the play clock. And another interesting dynamic, they're starting to talk about a shot clock in high school basketball. So, but anyway, back on the field, first down and 10, inside the 30, grounding.
Yeah, he was on the run there, and he just kind of threw it out here into our sidelines, just trying to get rid of it rather than take that loss.
That's it. I think you did have Asher Brown, number 1, was in the area. So by Nathan Bogdanovich on the play. It's going to bring up third down, though. Yellow Jackets with 1:35 and counting. They have one timeout left.
Yeah, they got about a long three to go to try to pick this first down up, but they're the ones eating the clock up right now, so we'll see.
And again, they're in 4-down territory. Yellow Jackets would love to get a touchdown on the board, obviously, and take some momentum into their halftime locker room. Caldwell back to throw, rolling left side, short side of the field, and he's going to have to, he spins, and he jumps forward. I think he got the first down at the 19-yard line.
Yeah, I think he did, but he stayed in bounds.
He did.
Which, until they decide whether to stop the clock or not, the clock's running. So it's right now going to go down underneath a minute.
It really is.
Yeah, and see what they determine. Now they're going to determine it's a first down. Now they'll stop the clock, but they didn't stop it to begin with.
That's it. They left some time on the field.
They sure did, and now they're down underneath a minute. They got to try to score.
55 seconds to play and counting. This time they hand off to
That's
McClure
the zone
again.
play.
And they got a penalty flag.
Be a holding call
this
for
one will
sure.
come back. And, boy, there's and hurting his shoulder on that play was Gabe Lillard, the quarterback. He crashed into him with helmet to helmet.
Yeah, I don't think it was. He hit his shoulder.
He hit his shoulder. He just crashed his shoulder.
Right into him and knocked him backwards. And when he did,
Gabe's still walking around on the sideline. Now, Kerry Powell is out trying to help McClure, who is still down on the field with 44 seconds. And while they attend to him, we're going to take a break, and hopefully he'll be okay and we'll be able to resume play because he is one of the key Yellow Jackets on both sides of the ball. Fans, stay with us. We'll be back here on the Maroon Devils Network.
Hey Maroon Nation, my name is Erin Jenkins and I'm an alumni of Swain High and also the Maroon Devils Network. The network you're watching right now helped me chase my dreams and get my start in broadcast journalism. From weekly interviews with Coach B to hosting game day specials and even getting to sit down with some of Swain High's greatest football legends.
History of the Maroon Machine.
All of things helped get me to WNCT 9 on your side in Greenville, North Carolina as an on-air news reporter. Right now, you can help other students just like me to chase their dreams by liking, subscribing, and sharing the Maroon Devils Network. As always, go Big Maroon!
Yellow Jacket. Press is going to be okay.
Fans, welcome back. Chad McClure is walking off over there, so it looks like he's going to be able to return. We hope he can because he's one of the best players on this Hayesville Yellow Jacket team and has had a really, really solid season. The line of scrimmage right now is at the 20. We're going to see what the penalty is going to wind up placing this ball. I have a feeling it may offset.
I think they are offset. What they called was holding during the run, and then a targeting foul on us, on Gabe for leading with. He led with the shoulder. I don't know how it becomes targeting on a ball carrier if you lead like that. But
here we go as they roll Logan Caldwell back to the left side. They've been doing that a lot. And again, he's in trouble again over there on the sideline. Stays in bounds. Going to be sacked for a loss on the play, and the clock is running down.
Yeah, I believe they called a timeout. Hayesville did.
That's their last one.
Their last one, so that 32 seconds left to play. And they got to make some decisions right here from that distance.
Yeah, and Coach, I'm guessing, and you've been in the scenario 100 times. Do you call a couple of plays ahead? Do you say, okay, if we get this, we're going to go here on the next play?
You would like to, and conserve your time. You work on it at practice. Everybody works on what we used to refer to as a 2-minute offense.
Right.
And
right.
that can take place anywhere on the field. But when you get a timeout, you have a timeout you can use. You call 2 plays. But your the biggest weapon you have is that sideline. You either score or you get out of bounds with the football.
Right.
You throw out routes, you run sweep plays, and you just you tell your backs and your receivers, look, you catch it, first down or not. If you're close, turn around and look, see what you can get upfield. But don't be tackled in the field of play. Get out of bounds and get that clock stopped. So the clock stops and we live to fight on then.
So now Hayesville is on the left hash mark. They're on the short side of the field over near their bench. Second down. They need about 13. They're out of timeouts now. And again,
one receiver out here to the wide side and 3 into the boundary.
Yep, they're going to play that short side of the field.
Yeah.
And they're going to look to the wide side, though, and it's intercepted.
And this may be 6 again.
Wow, down the left side, it's going to be Gabe Lillard, and Gabe is going to be finally caught down at the 20-yard line and thrown out of bounds.
He broke right in front of that route. He smelled it out. That was to the wide side of the field, and he broke right underneath that end cut and just picked it off.
Yep, he saw that coming from the time the quarterback turned and looked that way.
Yeah, they put trips into the boundary. They didn't fool him. They really didn't. He saw it coming the whole time. Now with 20 seconds left to go, we're down here on the 20-yard line with an opportunity to punch it in again. And if we do, boy, that's going to go a long way to taking all the air out of their sails.
And I'm surprised, Coach, that they went to that wide side of the field with only one receiver. Everybody else was on the short side left.
Well, and the thing about it is that's how they try to put that type of offense. It's how they try to pull your pants off.
Right now, first down and 10, back to throw. Gabe on offense, and he can't find anybody
there
open.
We go.
Now he throws it up for grabs. There's 3
Touchdown.
people there, and we got it.
Guess who?
That's Mr. Cooper.
He did a strange thing right there. He actually looked like he was trying to stalk block before he ran his route, and it was like a broken route, like he just ran on into the end zone, and Gabe was watching him the whole time, never took his eyes off of him, and launched that thing up there for him to go up and get it.
And he just out-jumped him.
He out-jumped 2 of them.
That was a jump
went up
ball.
and got the ball.
So a big touchdown reception for Cooper, and what a great touchdown. That's his 3rd touchdown catch of the season. Point after is good, but again, he just went up between 2 defenders and got the ball.
And the defender, he looked like he was stalk blocking. I don't know what that lies on him. And so far, this first half, we have not, and that's why we're up by 27 points.
27-0 at halftime. Fans, stay tuned. You're going to be hearing the band entertain with the audio only, but you can listen in at halftime. We'll come back and take a look at the halftime stats and more, and we've got another half of football coming up. And right now, let me just bring you up to date quickly before we go to a timeout on some of the other scores around the mountains here. Right now, let's see. Robbinsville is all over Winston-Salem Prep, 45-14, and they're still in the second quarter. The Cherokee Braves all over Cherryville, 28-0 in the second quarter. Our last score, Murphy is all over Allegheny. They had already put up 28 points, leading Allegheny 28-7 at the end of the first quarter. So right now we have 4 runaway games with Smoky Mountain Conference teams involved here, Coach.
Exactly. And so, here we go. It's playoffs. That's all you can say.
Fans, stay tuned. More coming up. Stay here on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, welcome back. Want to bring you up to date on the scoreboard before we get back to the second half of our game. Of course, if you're just tuning in, our Maroon Devils have a commanding 27-0 lead over the Hayesville Yellow Jackets here at halftime. Now, some other scores in the first round of the state playoffs. The team that we've been talking about, that if we win tonight, we're going to be playing, well, it looks like that's headed that way. Mitchell all over South Davidson, 42-0 at halftime. Robbinsville right now leading Winston-Salem Prep 31-14 at halftime. Mountain Heritage, another playoff contender, leading Albemarle 29-0 at halftime. Murphy all over Allegheny 13-0 in the first quarter. Andrews leading Bishop McGinnis 21-0 at halftime. Congratulations to the Wildcats and Coach Phillips over there. Cherokee all over Cherryville 28-7. Cherokee leading their game. Also, it's one fairly close game. Kind of a surprise. Thomas Jefferson leading Avery County 21-7. That game in the second quarter. But some halftime stats here as we're getting ready to kick off. And here we go. Yellow Jackets on the return. Bringing it back is going to be Michael Money. He's back out across the 30, still on his feet. And finally, we drag him down at the 31-yard line where the Yellow Jackets take over first down and 10. But, Coach, at halftime, you look at the stats, really not a total juggernaut here. Our Maroon Devils 26 plays, 157 yards in the first half. Hayesville 30 plays, 119 yards in the first half. But again, a couple of big interceptions really were big.
Yeah, capitalizing, like we said before the half, capitalizing on what's given to you during the course of the game. I mean, they've worked on those pass routes. You could tell by the way we broke on them, picking them off. And like we say, how many times, like was said by one of the coaches, how many times do you see a quarterback make an interception, then on the very next play throw a touchdown pass? You know, it just he's on defense, he's on offense, and running him on and off the field.
So now coming back, the Yellow Jackets go on the ground on their first carry. Jake McTaggart on the carry. But again, we had the big interception and the return from Gabe Lillard. We had the big interception, a pick six for Josh Collins. And then we actually had that third one over there when Nathan Bogdanovich just jumped up and intercepted that slant pass.
Yeah, McClure's back in the ball game too. Number 20, he got injured right before the half, and he got dinged up running the zone play with him again to the short side of the field over there, trying to run that outside zone.
And it's good to see, again, Taylor McClure, who is only a sophomore, 6'1", 185-pound strong kid.
It's on us.
Nope, no, it's going to be goes. Conwell back to throw, has time, down the middle, got his man. Only a short gain at the 34-yard line. Pass complete over there to Kyle Lunsford.
Yeah, good, not bad coverage. We could jump right underneath it there. It's going to bring up, he picked up maybe a yard and a half on the play. It's going to bring up fourth down and 9, so or not fourth and 9, but fourth and about 6, and that'll force Hayesville into a punt.
And one updated score, Cherokee leading their game 28-7 now over Cherryville. That game at the half. Fourth down, Maroon Devils will get the football back. Cooper Hyatt back to return. Line drive punt could be returnable. Cooper takes it at the 39 and goes down at the 40. They had it covered real well down there with
what they call gunners, and they ran right straight to the ball. And, yeah, I was hoping Cooper'd have time to get that thing and make something happen. It just didn't give him time that time.
Yeah, good coverage down there for Hayesville. But right now the Maroon Devils, like the other Smoky Mountain Conference teams, with a very solid lead here in the third quarter. So far, no upsets going on for Smoky Mountain Conference teams.
No, and it's like you said earlier, Gary, when we were off the air, a Smoky Mountain Conference team is going to lose tonight, or when we were on the air.
That's it.
So that's the sad thing about it, but here we go.
Josh
Great
Collins,
play.
he gets it first.
And that's all it was. Pulled a tackle, pitched it back there to Collins, and Buddy, he hit it on the edge, running, and there it is. He picks up over 10 yards on the play.
Josh, an outstanding run here for the sophomore. 338 yards rushing for Josh Collins. First down and 10 right on the 50-yard line.
Weak side, and there it is.
There's big Carson.
Yeah, Carson busting it up
Carson.
in there, still on his feet.
Another first down. Man.
Picked up about 11, 12 yards on that carry. Just a weak side veer play, folks. Veer blocked it, and he hits that seam, and he's just blowing through that defensive line tackle. They can't make a tackle at the line of scrimmage.
And there were the two linebackers going head-to-head, Carson Taylor and Taylor McClure for Hayesville.
Oh, yeah. They're meeting. They probably got a lot. We got a lot of gold paint on our helmets, and they got a lot of maroon on theirs.
Yes, indeed. They're the opposing middle linebackers. Here comes Carson again, and Carson is going to be close to another first down.
Took the ball away from here. They're going to call it a fumble, too.
Uh-oh.
He was on his feet, they're saying,
yep,
and the ball got taken away.
Hayesville ball, they literally just ripped it out of his hands and stole it.
Yeah, he hit that outside veer lane, and one of those safeties came up and just made a lunge for the football and took it right out of his hands.
Coach, I guess that's what you call legal larceny.
Yeah, they stole it from him while he was still upright, and his feet were still moving. So that's a legal play.
So now the Yellow Jackets have a turnover in their favor, first down at their 33-yard line, and they're going to hand it off to McClure again. He tries to pop it outside, but we get there and we don't let him pop it outside. There's Carson Taylor, one of those on the tackle, along with big number 75, and that's going to be Grady Lewis.
Yeah, Lucas Sutton also in the other linebacker back there with Taylor involved in that, and we got a lot of movement up and down the line of scrimmage. That's what you need on those zone plays, and that was initially an outside zone play going to their sidelines.
And one of those guys helping push it that way was big number 79, L.D. Luquire, who's 255 pounds, only a freshman, but he kept moving that side. This time they throw it out here to Asher Brown, complete on the far sideline, but it goes nowhere. There's Cooper Hyatt on the tackle, and also Donovan Groenwald, who's had a good game tonight.
Yeah, that's one of their favorite plays right there. Just get that ball out of there, get it out here to this outside receiver, get him in all this grass out here, and we just weren't having any of it over here that time. We really didn't. Yeah, real good play.
So now this time they're going to line up trips on the left side. They got the big guy McTaggart in the slot over here. And let's see if we can slow him down. Looks like we got man-to-man coverage, third down. Back to throw is going to be Caldwell. Dumps it off, but it's going to be caught on the top of the ground. It's caught, but he was down when he caught it at the 40.
Yeah,
that was close.
I don't even know if he caught it. That ball hit the ground and bounced as short as and if we had instant replay, Joe, we could show it to you.
Hey. So fast you didn't see it, did
Well, actually, they couldn't see it tonight anyway because we're not on the air.
That's it. We're not on live with video, and there may be a possibility maybe next week.
They're going to do a lot of shifting into.
They're trying to draw us off.
Yeah.
McTaggart is on to receive the snap, and
they jumped. They're the ones that jumped, and it was the running back.
Yep,
he was going to throw the football.
Yep,
he was going to throw it to McClure, running straight upfield.
Josh Collins was back there
Not
ready.
A bad idea. Not a bad idea. What they did right there, they went out of their formation. You folks at home could see it. They went out of their set formation, ran people all over the field in different directions, got lined up with McTaggart back there to take the snap, number 44, 6'6", and put the running back up to the offensive line, on the line of scrimmage, and was going to release him upfield.
But he moved too early, so now they're bringing in their regular punter. Coming on is Isaac Chandler, and Cooper is back to return. And fair catch, he'll make it at the 38. Good field position.
Good field position, and that's why he fair caught the ball. He didn't want to jeopardize anything right there. Just get the football right here and start driving it again.
So now the Maroon Devils up 27-0, 7:07 to play in the third quarter. And we'd like to remind you again, coming up Monday, our soccer team. The boys are going to be down at Huntersville, North Carolina. That's down northeast of Charlotte down there, and that's about 3.5 hours away if you want to drive. We're going to be taking on Christ the King Crusaders in the third round of the soccer playoffs. So, hey, try to get down there if you can. Then our cross-country teams, they're going to be running tomorrow down at Kernersville. Good luck to the boys and the girls. Got a man in motion.
Split back veer, look. Getting tackled from behind.
Here's Gabe on the
McClure,
carry.
I think, blitzed again. He came from the backside, and he saw it the whole way, and he literally ran Gabe down from behind as we tried to run away from him and run the weak side veer, and Gabe was going to try to keep the football, but still picks up about 4 yards on the play, but got tackled from behind.
And good to see Cameron Blankenship back in there for the Maroon Devils. He's been injured, but now he's back on the field, getting some playing time. He's going to be in there actually with Reese Winchester. So we got a couple of new wide receivers split wide to the left side on second down. Here comes Gabe again, getting a block, tries to cut it outside. They knock him backwards though, but he picked up a couple before being knocked down near the 45.
Yeah, he ran that counter follow play where he counters, makes it look option to the tight end side. Meanwhile, the Collins on the backside, he's running, we're blocking it like an isolation. He's going after the linebacker, and he just snatches the ball and turns back around and follows him right up in the line of scrimmage.
So Gabe, again, shaking up earlier. He's running okay. Good to see Taylor McClure back out there for Hayesville. So want to see these guys uninjured. That's the name of the game. Third down now. Maroon Devils hand it off, and we run to the 49-yard line. Should be a first down and 10.
Yeah, weak side veer again. Collins getting the football this time, away from the tight end side, and that seems to be our mode of operation right now is getting them to line up the way we want them to defensively, and then taking advantage of them offensively.
So again, Josh Collins getting it done. First down and 10, 5:40 to play, third quarter. Maroon Devils in control right now, 27-0. First round of the State 1A playoffs here at Swain County Memorial Stadium. Got a man in motion, John Parton, another new receiver into the ball game. Josh on the carry again, getting a block out there from Lawson Woodard. Turns the corner, and boy, got a penalty flag coming down, and never did get him down.
No, and it's way back here. The penalty flag is coming down here, and I'm not real sure what it is. They've already moved the sticks over there, so it's in the area of holding, but the back judge is the one that threw it.
Yeah, it's kind of a late flag coming in.
It was way behind the play, and I'm not real sure what happened. It was way in behind it, and I don't know whether somebody tried to get up off the ground and got held. It's personal foul.
Late, kind of a late flag.
Yeah, against Hayesville. The official saw something going on, probably extracurricular behind the play, because there were several offensive and defensive linemen over here, and number 68's going out of the game. He got replaced immediately, so that may have been where the problem was.
So now the penalty flag will give the Maroon Devils in great shape at the 35-yard line of Hayesville now. 5:22 to play with a 27-0 lead, knocking on the door again.
And Gary, it's been a night of us being on top of our game basically right now. I mean, other than the turnover here or there.
And we come out running the football again to the right side. And it's going to be a short gain, but Hayesville got there in a hurry with a bunch of gold helmets to bring down. That's going to be Lawson Woodard on the carry, looks like.
Yeah, and the story of this is, okay, when we went through the gauntlet there, those 3 games, we couldn't get out of our own way. We were shooting ourselves in the foot. Penalties killed us. Turnovers killed us. Tonight, we've cleaned it up. And I think that mental fatigue, that fog has cleared, and we're starting to play ball again.
So now going in motion again, it's going to be John Parton. And it's going to be Josh carrying around that right side, and they meet him at the 30. Got a penalty flag come flying in this time as well.
Yeah, I don't know what to do.
Oh, there's a holding call.
That's a hold against us.
Yeah, that'll come back. But you're right, Coach. So far tonight, the Maroon Devils only 3 penalties, 39 yards. Hayesville, 9 penalties, 85 yards. The penalties have really been a problem for the Yellow Jackets. We've had a couple of fumbles, lost those, but again, on the other side of the ball, Hayesville, 3 big interceptions that have loomed large in this game.
Yeah, and there again, we are taking advantage of our opportunities. Now, here we are with a penalty, second down. We're at least across midfield. You do with it what you can at this point. You don't do anything crazy. You just manage the situation right now and not let any type of bloodletting start. That's the important thing.
That's it. Second down and 19. Coming in motion again. Parton to the left side, the wide side of the field. Gabe back to throw, looking that way. Got his man in the slant at the 30, 25, down inside the 20, still on his feet, down at the 16-yard line. Outstanding catch and run by Cameron Blankenship.
Yeah, his ankle looked pretty good right there. After being at him, contributing to his team, he's a senior. He's back out there on the field, and, he's got to feel good about that.
Oh,
he
no
really
question.
does.
And the pass was on the money on that slant.
Gabe hit him right in stride, and he just kept motoring and did a great job getting extra yardage after he got after first contact too.
Oh, no doubt. Cameron, good to see him back out there in the uniform. Cameron, of course, really solid member of the Maroon Devil basketball team. Coming up, he and Cooper Hyatt, Carson Taylor, some of these kids. And this time it's going to be Gabe up the middle, and he's in the end zone. Touchdown, still on his feet, took it all the way in for the touchdown from about 16 yards out.
A straight up weak side veer play, no tight end to that side, veer blocking. He, as soon as that the tackle, the end closed to take the dive man, he pulled that football and turned straight upfield, cut it up in there, and rambled on up in there for a score.
3:38 to play in the third quarter. Gavin landing on, and again, Gavin, one of the seniors that's more than likely playing their last game ever and got a penalty flag. I think we actually moved on the play, so let's see if they'll make us back it up and start again, and they probably will.
Shouldn't be any problem for him. He nails them pretty good, but we'll see right here. But what I'm seeing, Gary, is like I said earlier, we're not shooting ourselves in the foot.
That's it.
We got out of our own way. We're making plays that we need to make, and I mean this Hayesville team is as good as they've had in a while, and here we are just we're kind of smoking them right now.
And like we say, our Maroon Devils are not beating our Maroon Devils.
That's it. That's your biggest. Sometimes your own worst enemy.
That's it.
But going down Murderer's Row like we did last week with 3 games in 7 days, that can do it to you.
No doubt about it. Fans, 3:38 to play, third quarter. Maroon Devils in control here, 34-0 over Hayesville. Stay tuned. We'll take a break, and we'll come back right here on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, welcome back. Going to have a new man kicking off for the Maroon Devils here. Landon Matz, a junior, number 17. I understand he's a member of that soccer team that's going to be going down to play against Christ the King Crusaders on Monday at 5 o'clock down near Huntersville, North Carolina.
Boom.
We hope you can go. And, boy, he boomed it.
Down
all the way
to the
back up the
5-yard
6-yard line.
Yeah.
5 or 6 is going to be Michael Money. And Money runs into a lot of trouble over there. One of those is Josiah Glaspie down there to help out on the tackle, along with Austin Jenkins.
Yeah, and Glaspie made the first hit on it, and it really upset the McClure there because McClure was trying to block him, and he came off that block and got a hold of a jersey and kind of irritated everybody out there that he made that play, but he got down there and made the play.
He really did. A lot of guys coming up, of course, getting some playing time from the JVs and playing some special teams and doing a good job with it. First down and 10 now. Yellow Jackets at the 20. 3.5 to play, third quarter. It's been all Swain County tonight, 34-0. Back to throw is going to be Caldwell. He's in trouble again. We got a penalty flag, offensive holding. This one is going to come back. Caldwell ran for about 7, but there was a hold in the backfield. They were having to hold Nathan Bogdanovich because he was coming in.
Well, the thing about it is, see, when you're going to roll a quarterback like that, and those guys blocking for you, for the quarterback, they know a general area he's in, but they don't know exactly where he's at. Nathan knew exactly where he was, and he made that move to get there. Well, as he went by that offensive lineman, he just grabbed him. I mean, he literally just grabbed him by his arm and by his shirt and hung on to him to try to keep him from getting there.
And the thing of it was, he was so obvious because those were the only other 2 guys in the whole backfield.
That's it. Nobody else back there.
So it was kind of easy to pick out that hold against junior Nathan Bogdanovich, who, again, has had a real solid season on defense.
When he comes off that edge, I mean, he lays it all out there, and he's dangerous coming off that edge, and that's why he gets held. I mean, he's fast, and he knows where he's going. He
gets it done right now, first down, and, boy, that's going to bring it first down at about 25 for Hayesville as they're
we see
back
them going
inside the
with-
5-yard line.
Yeah, they're going with the tight end and 2 backs back there, one on each side of the quarterback. Going to run the outside zone play.
Here's McTaggart. He runs it out to the 8-yard line, and boy, is he hit.
He got stuck by 2 or 3 different maroon helmets right there. That's
He
pretty
did.
neat. Look, one of them was Lucas Sutton.
Yeah,
of
Carson
course,
Taylor.
Carson Taylor. Both linebackers getting there.
Yeah,
both
Bogdanovich.
linebackers sticking him good.
And when those guys hit you, you're going to
Oh
stay hit.
yeah, you go. They know how to move, they know how to get there and put pads on you.
Yeah, you don't run through those guys. Again, talking about 3 of our best defenders, Lucas Sutton, Carson Taylor, Nathan Bogdanovich, they were there with force. So now 2nd down and still a long way to go.
2 backs back there with him again without the tight end this time. Now they're going to put him out there in motion, put him into that slot, run the outside zone again this way with McClure.
Here
He
comes
cuts
McClure.
it back. Yeah.
Yep, back out to the 15. Got some yards back. It's still going to bring up 3rd down and almost 15 to go for Hayesville.
Yeah, they got a ways to go, but they're going to like that wide side of the field, I think, for this down right here.
So a lot of right now the Murphy Bulldogs leading 52-14 early in the 3rd quarter in their playoff game. So a lot of points being put up tonight by Smoky Mountain Conference teams in their respective 1A first-round playoff games.
Hayesville's going to go with the tight end again this time. We're
Got
going
the
to
wolf front.
move the wolf front down. One player. There's the linebacker waiting on the quarterback, and here we go. The foot race is on.
Yep, Caldwell throws it,
he's
got a
gonna
man
throw it
open.
first down.
And boy, he's got a first down out across the 30.
He must have drove. I didn't see it. It was on the other side of the field, and he must have driven upfield and then came back to the first down marker.
So big play for the Yellow Jackets. First down, they get out from literally their own end zone out to our 35-yard line. They were really in a hole there for a couple of plays.
Yeah, and right now they're battling this clock.
Down under 2 minutes to play, 3rd quarter. Maroon Devils right now with a commanding 34-0 lead. McClure, they get the fake.
First
and
time we've seen it
They pitch
tonight.
it to McTaggart. McTaggart with a first down and then some out across the 45-yard line, still on his feet. And we finally drag him down over on our sideline over here. And among the tacklers, Reese Winchester over here, Lucas Sutton again. Looks like number 2, John Parton coming up, helping out on the tackle. We got a couple of new secondary folks back there right now. Also, looks like Cameron Blankenship back over there
out
playing
corner.
defense.
Yeah, playing his corner that he played early in the season or most of the year till he got injured.
So now, 1st down and 10, Yellow Jackets, as they try to get something going here on offense. Quarterback rolling to the left side. Caldwell firing in a seam. Got his man first down at the 44-yard line.
Yeah, all he's trying to do when he does that sprint out action is get that linebacker to come out of coverage and chase him. Once you do, he's going to throw it right back in behind you where that curl route is being set up.
Kyle Lunsford, the receiver on that play, 44-yard line for the Yellow Jackets now. One of their better drives with 1:15 to play in the 3rd quarter. 3 wide receivers. One back in the backfield with quarterback Logan Caldwell. He'll be back next year. McClure, they fake to him. They fire it right side. Got him in with a step on the sideline, and he's got it. Asher Brown over here on the right sideline, out of bounds with a first down at the 14-yard line.
Yeah, that was just me lean back and hang it up to you, and you run out there and run down the sidelines. Let me see if I can get it to you, and that's what he did. Cameron was Blankenship was in coverage, but he was just a little bit late getting there.
Had him right on the sideline.
Yeah.
And
all the way across the field.
And a long throw. That ball was up in the air a long time. As this time it's going to bring up Hayesville a first down at the 14-yard line. Under a minute to play, 3rd quarter.
Trips to the wide side of the field toward their sidelines. Going to run the zone play, outside zone, back over here to the short side of the field. We tackle him at the line of scrimmage.
Nowhere to go for McClure.
Well, he might have picked up 2 or 3, but we were up to get him in a hurry.
That's Lucas Sutton coming up there, but short gain. And McClure, you can tell, still not 100%. He's slow getting up, kind of shaking those shoulders, and it's been a physical game.
It has. There's been a lot of rock'em sock'em out there, and folks getting knocked around. But I'm just glad to see us playing with some tempo and some zip in our step again, because we've been so flat for so long now.
And there is an official timeout. Looks like McTaggart's going to have to check out. He might have been shaken up. He's taken his helmet off, and he's going to leave the game for just a moment now. The officials say roll the clock. as the Yellow Jackets get back on offense at the 10-yard line. 2nd down and 6.
Should be the last play of the quarter right here, I believe. Going to try to throw the ball again. There he goes to the wide side, and now he's coming back to the short side.
Got pressure. He's going to tuck it and run down to the 5, and he's going to be into the end zone.
I believe he's in.
Yes.
To where the
they
spot him out at the 1.
They say he jumped out of bounds instead of getting inside the pylon.
Okay, so they got less than a second, but they got time to score right here. He's right. He's down inside the 1-yard line, marked out of bounds.
Yep, time for one more play before the quarter ends, and the clock is stopped. So, but boy, he took off. It looks like when he took off, he had plenty of room, but we closed and kept him out of the end zone.
Yeah, he started to the wide side of the field and saw that everything was covered up, and he just got great feet. He just came all the way back across the field and made something happen.
Good footwork. And again, he's going to turn and hand off, and boy, he is short of the end zone.
Yeah, that was the inside zone. We ran a blitz off the edge out here with Bogdanovich, and he hit him in the backfield, and the young man fell forward, but just couldn't get it in.
So now that's the end of the 3rd quarter. The Yellow Jackets will go all the way down to the other end of the field inside the 1-yard line and try to punch it in the end zone when we come back after this timeout on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, welcome back as we get ready to go to the 4th quarter. I tell you, Joe Holt just doesn't give you any relief at all, does he?
I'm not giving him any either. I'm going to tell him about that ticket. He about got us on the way up to Mitchell if we're traveling up there again this year. You better turn them headlights on before we all go to jail.
2nd down. Now McTaggart under center.
And he fumbled the ball. They're going to call it movement on it was a fumble at the snap, but they're going to call procedure, which they should do. If they moved and blew it dead, they blew it dead.
5 yards.
I'll give them that. At least they blew it dead. We've seen all year long procedure calls after the play's been run. Now, that's impossible. That can't happen. If the offense does something that's procedurally wrong before the snap, the play gets blown dead or at the snap. And that's what they did right there.
So what happened? McTaggart ran up at the last second trying to fake us out with the snap, and it just didn't work.
Yeah, going to I-backs this time with a tight end, pro set.
2nd down and 6.
Trap.
Oh, the ball is loose again.
Loose, and I believe we got it. We went right in on it. I'm pretty sure we ended up with it.
And they fumbled the
handoff,
and the Maroon Devils coming out with the football. Not sure who got it.
It looked like Carson. It looked like it was him because he saw the fumble. It was an a trap play, and when he got hit at the line of scrimmage, the ball just popped straight out.
Yep, looks like Carson Taylor coming up with a fumble. And again, that busted play the last time, and now this one, Coach, it just kind of fell apart with Hayesville right there almost in the end zone.
We talked about that. That looked like what was some of the stuff that was happening to us for 3 games.
Right.
Gary, for 3 games, that's the kind of things that were happening to us. Well, now the shoe's on the other foot, and so it's Hayesville time. They're having to deal with it, and if you coach long enough or you play long enough, you're going to have spells like that where things are going to just not go your way. And as a coach, it makes you go crazy. I mean,
it's frustrating.
It drives you nuts. And all you can hope for is that at some point in time, you can gather your team back around and rally and just start rallying. And that's pretty much what we've done tonight. You can tell by the attitude of the players, their body language even. It's a different atmosphere for them.
Well, it really is, compared to what we were seeing here just 1 week ago today on this same field. this is almost it's almost like a different team.
It's night and day. It really is. And when you have a multitude of young players, that can happen. And if you're dependent on those, but what we're seeing different is our playmakers are making plays.
Yes.
Carson Taylor's running with the football. Quarterback's Lillard. He's hitting folks with that football. He's running with it. Defensively, we're getting around. We're ganging around that football and getting, not getting blocked and coming off blocks.
And now the Maroon Devils are going to have a bunch of new people in on offense here, as Gabe is going to stay in at quarterback, but he's got some new running backs in there and some new wide receivers. So we'll try to get these names as soon as we can. This might be Dawson Fuller, number 20, on the carry here for a short game.
Yeah, we ran the veer play. Going to leave Lillard in to handle the football right now.
Yep. So Dawson Fuller's going to be in the backfield with him. Some new people in there right now. Let's see.
Hard to see from right here.
Yep, I've got an 85, and that's probably going to be Shiloh Woodson, I believe, is 85, a freshman. Also in there is going to be 86. Keontae Graham, also a freshman. So two wide receivers, freshman 85 and 86. In the backfield is going to be Dawson Fuller, and also back there with him is going to be 39. And we'll check him in just a minute as we stay on the ground.
Weak side veer that time. And your rule is, as a coach, you leave those offensive linemen intact unless you've got one or two that you can work in there. Otherwise, you want to keep those offensive linemen in the ball game to protect the line of scrimmage and your quarterback and all that. You keep your quarterback in a lot of times simply to handle the football. He's been used to handling it, and you put somebody else in there with a new center, you got trouble right away.
And right now also in the backfield is going to be Kellen McCulloch. And he's going to be number 39, again, along with Dawson Fuller in the backfield, along with Gabe Lillard. So a lot of new faces. And they're getting to play on Friday night under the lights. Of course, we got most of the linemen in there are pretty much the same linemen. This time I hand off to Dawson again. He carries out across the 10-yard line to about the 12. Going to bring up fourth down, and I think we may have to look at punting for the first time tonight.
Yeah, we're going to, and you put your first punt team back in there because you don't want any mishaps. You may substitute one or two players there, but otherwise you put the same people on the field. That's why you tell them not to get too relaxed and not get too cooled off. Special teams, you got to stay with your same people.
Glaspie's going to be one of those wide guys, number 13. Keep an eye on him as Hayesville is back near midfield to return. 9.5 minutes to play. Maroon Devils up 34-0. Coming on is Gavin Lanning. He'll be punting from about the goal line. Steps gets a line drive punt away. Going to be taken. There's McClure. Takes it at the 37. And, boy, he only got a yard coming up. Dawson Fuller.
Oh,
I tell you, number
great
20.
Tackle.
He's everywhere.
He was there. He right upfield, went right straight to him. And when McClure tried to stop and make a cut, he just took his feet right out from under him.
So, again, number 20, Dawson Fuller, playing a good ball game tonight. And again, we're going to see a lot of new faces on defense.
Yeah, this is where you get an opportunity to let some young people play as on defense. We actually used to run a mock-up defense against some opponents because the kids that were on those mock-up teams during practice, we just put them out there and let them run the other team's defense sometimes on the field.
Brandon Frost, one of those, defensive end, number 62, a sophomore. First down now for the Yellow Jackets. Of course, they're still playing all the first-team guys. This time it's going to be their fullback. Running is going to be Dawson Devane, and he's actually a freshman, but he's coming in to give McClure a little break because they put McClure out wide.
Yeah, split him out, and 44's out of the game right now. The 6'6", he's still, I believe, got shook up over. I see him over there on the sidelines.
Yeah,
doesn't have his helmet on, and it looks like he may be out for the duration.
I think you're probably right, Coach. Lawson Woodard in there, or Dawson Fuller rather, over there on one side as a corner. Back to throw is going to be Logan Caldwell firing on the run, and he's got a man wide open, and they go in for the touchdown. So they got behind us in the secondary with a bunch of new folks in there, and they throw it complete. That looks like is, if I can catch his number, but the Yellow Jackets get it down to, looks like number 7, Kyle Lunsford, for the touchdown.
Yeah, it just a double move on the corner, and he kind of blew by the corner up into the end zone, and he hit him right in stride.
Yep. And And hey, that's going to happen when you got a lot of new folks playing on Friday night in the secondary for the first time.
Oh yeah, and they don't get much mock-up time during the week, against this offense and against what that quarterback can do.
We almost jumped offside. No penalty flag now for the PAT. It's going to be up and good by Isaac Chandler. So the Yellow Jackets avoid the shutout as they get 7 on the board with 8:42 to play. But, Coach, it looks like for all intents and purposes we're going to be playing at Mitchell kind of like we thought next Friday night. And I know there are thoughts, and we're going to check and see the strength if we can get a decent internet line to potentially get that game on and have it on live and see if we can put together $500 and get up there and do that.
That's what we need, 500, right, Gary?
Yep. But we've got to make sure that there's going to be a good line up there to do the broadcast.
Yeah, but we need the 500.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
That's
okay,
it.
So.
So right now, Mitchell winning big in their ball game. Other games, all the Smoky Mountain Conference teams are just rolling. Andrews, Robbinsville, Murphy, all winning big. At the last score, Robbinsville led 59-14. Murphy led 50-7. Cherokee led 28-7. So the Smoky Mountain Conference having a very successful night so far.
Yeah, it's one of those things that it just shows the strength of this conference. I mean, there's no two ways about it. You're not going to find any other conference in the state that's going to put this many teams in it. You end up playing each other the first round of the playoffs like we are. And so it's there. I mean, it exists, and folks know it. They try to deny it for the most part, but it's true.
So now Hayesville is going to be kicking off. Isaac Chandler back deep to return. Is that going to be Cooper back at the 6-yard line, out to the 10, gets a block out here in front of him, and he's at the 20, runs out of bounds at the 25-yard line up against the fence.
Yep.
Almost a late flag, but no flag.
No, he done a smart thing, just get out of bounds with it right there, not take an extra shot. Any other time he would have stuck his foot in the ground and made one of those dudes miss, but he did a smart thing. He's got to stay healthy, and he just –
That's the key right there, Coach. Right now we want to – at this stage of the game, the game has been decided. Don't get people hurt.
That's right. And we got some players back. We need to get them all back for next week. But when you start getting players back on the field this time of year that you haven't had in 3 or 4 games, then you need to utilize everything you can to keep them healthy.
And right now we have a timeout as the folks want to talk it over down on the field. 8:33 to play. Now we understand we had a few internet issues here tonight, so some of our signal might have been coming and going at times. We apologize for that. And that's one thing that's so irritating about the internet. It is just not consistent.
It's not, and I'm going to blame Joe Holt for all of it. I really am. I need to get that dig in while I can because Joe gives me a hard time about everything. But I've so far I've kept him out of trouble, kept him out of jail.
Yeah.
So everything's copacetic, Joe. But you need to get that internet stuff straightened out.
hey, if we go up to Mitchell next Friday, hey, if we keep Joe out of jail, we may need more than $500.
And no more tickets. Oh Lord, we'll be in good shape.
So now the Maroon Devils, a lot of new faces out there. Got a new quarterback in there, and by the way, that new quarterback is wearing number 31. By the way, and that is Aiden Southerns, a true freshman in a quarterback, and he hands off over there to Dawson Fuller, and he runs out to the left side for a short gain. So we've got all kind of new faces out there. We'll try to get to you. Yeah, and that's good to see these guys get some playing time in the playoffs.
Yeah, it is, and it's fun to watch them get out there and start mixing it up right now.
Josiah Glaspie, and he is number 13, a sophomore. He's out there along with got Nathan Bogdanovich, number 81. He's going to get to play some wide receiver, and he's already caught one tonight.
Yeah, and Austin Jenkins, I believe, number 8. I see him out there on the field.
Austin out here wide right. Now we're going to run it right up the gut.
Play.
Man, that's a good dive play. That's a first down at the 40.
First down, just base blocked it, and he just came straight off the football and hit it running. Good
play out of the backfield. And again, we've got some new faces out there. First down and 10, though, with 7:51 and counting. But talking about Nathan lining up wide receiver, he caught one tonight on the defensive side.
Right, sure did.
Good play for the Maroon Devils. And again, lining it up, Dawson Fuller going to be one of the main cogs in the backfield. And he's going to turn and get the handoff again. Again from Aiden Southerns, number 31, the JV quarterback, I'm guessing, as he is a true freshman.
Yeah, that we're moving the football. That's what I like about it, and they've got a few substitutes in there, but not a whole lot, not very many. Still going with a lot of their frontline people.
Yes, indeed.
They have taken McClure out.
Yeah, McClure and McTaggart are out. And, it's tough on them, too, because, hey, this is their last game this year.
Right.
I mean, especially for McTaggart. He's a senior, so his high school career is over tonight. And there comes Fuller again.
He's popping it for a first down.
Another big first down in Yellow Jacket territory at the 47.
That was a midline that was just base blocked, and he ran straight through him.
Now, wait a minute. That's a new – that might have been – I think that was 39, if I could check that. Was that Keelan McCulloch? I believe that was McCulloch on the play that time.
Was it? Okay.
And again, it's sometimes those numbers get kind of scrunched in there, and it's hard to tell.
He hit that thing flying. I can tell you that. He was moving.
And that was McCulloch, and he had his shoes on fire on that play. First down now for the Maroon Devils, second team unit, if you will. A lot of new faces, a lot of young faces, and we stay on the ground down to the 41-yard line. And one thing about it, Coach, these guys are playing hard, but, hey, they're fresh.
Yeah, and they've got a whole new fleet of them coming in right now, too, on second down. We got about 7 more players coming in, 6 more players.
Oh, boy. One of the linemen right now, Cole Weichel. We'll try to get some of the linemen. Those guys don't get a whole lot of credit sometimes. We got a whistle, and we've got a timeout.
Got an injured player, I believe. They're going to get him off the field.
That's Tyler Hilton, the big 200-pound senior coming off. Now the Maroon Devils are going to bring on Zach Torres, a senior, one of our linemen. And, again, we'll try to get as many names put together with numbers as we can. This time, Dawson Fuller, no, check that. That's going to be 41. Another new running back in there. This is going to be Daniel Nations, who popped up in there and got some positive yards. And just short of the first down, Coach, I believe. Short.
Just short. Going to bring up 3rd and about 1 with 5.5 minutes left to play here in the 4th quarter. We're driving the football. We're moving the ball.
Also in the Ashton Ball in there on the offensive line. So they look to the sideline for the play call. And no rush. Still got 20 seconds on the play clock. As we mentioned, Austin Jenkins, one of the wide receivers. Also up front on the offensive line is going to be Cole Weichel. Looks like Ashton Ball. And now we get ready to go first down and 10 with Aiden Southards, 31 under center as our quarterback. And he turns and hands off, and it's going to be Daniel Nations again on the carry, and that's a first down for the Maroon Devils.
That's what we needed. Just keep the ball, keep that clock running.
Grady Lewis, big number 75, is in there, a true freshman at one of the offensive line spots. He's played some before this tonight. So
yeah, he started on the defensive line as a tackle tonight.
Yeah, he's been playing quite a bit.
He's in at center right now, I believe.
Also in there at offensive line is going to be, as we mentioned, Zach Torres, number 72, one of the big seniors. And, boy, we keep running straight ahead. Another good, solid run over there by McCulloch, the freshman, 39.
Run that midline and run it right at them. And just all we're doing is picking on those inside tackles right now, not making anything complicated about it, base blocking it, and just driving our feet and running the ball up in there. Backs are doing a great job of just hitting it up in there.
Oh, no doubt. Cameron George coming on now, number 30, another freshman. When I think of number 39, Coach, every time when I see 39, I can't help but think of Larry Zonka of the Miami Dolphins. And he was such a fullback. Man.
He was a brute, wasn't he?
He was a beast. One on that great Dolphins team.
Yeah.
Kick and Zonka and Mercury Morris and but the Maroon Devils stay on the ground here at the 20-yard line. I'm showing my age now.
About half the people listening to this don't even have a clue who you're talking about.
You're like,
who?
Wow.
Larry what?
And the Miami Dolphins were good when?
Yeah.
That's when they were good.
When was that? Yeah.
That was back in the early 70s, folks.
Yeah.
But they had a year where they didn't lose a single game and hadn't happened since. But anyway, our Maroon Devils we bleed maroon. But 39, Larry Zonka, who lived for a while over in Franklin. But anyway, handoff comes straight ahead again. This time got another new man. That's going to be James Stroman, a sophomore, number 7. Man, we're seeing folks carry the football here tonight we haven't seen this year.
Yeah, they keep running them in here. I can't stay focused on any one of them, and they're doing a great job of getting them in and out of there. That's good.
Yeah.
And not having too many out there, and having 11 players on the field, and
that's it.
Yeah, that's the hard part. It's really hard at times as a coach to get all these players in there and make sure you get them where they're supposed to be playing.
Here's 84, Brian Aguilera, a freshman, number 84, wide right.
Look what a bend back play.
There comes Dawson again. He's still on his feet.
Twice.
Dawson Fuller
Cut
on the
it back.
right side. He's
going
to
to
score. How about that?
He
ran about 80 yards.
He started a veer play, and I know you folks couldn't see this at home. He started to the line of scrimmage, realized that he was going to get hit at the line of scrimmage, stopped, turned around, came back, or went one way, bounced off the top, then realized they had him there. He reversed the field and kept. Now this is on a veer dive play now, and comes all the way back around and scores on the opposite side.
Wow, that's what you call not quitting.
No, they just going looking for a place to run. I'd hate to play him in a game of cow pasture football.
Oh boy, he was all over the field.
Yeah,
and scored. Great run by number 20, Dawson Fuller. Now for the PAT coming on, I believe that's going to be 42, and that is Brendan Lanning, another freshman. And they're going to say it's no good, I guess.
Yeah, he missed that one. But, they're out there playing and getting an opportunity, and that's why they put those pads on.
Hey, no doubt about it. Now 40-7, Maroon Devils in front, and some other scores right now. Let's see, Robbinsville leading in their game 66-14. The Cherokee Braves leading 36-15. 9:14 left to play in that ball game. Mitchell leading South Davidson 49-10. That's a final. Mitchell is going to be the host team next week. Robbinsville 66-14. Mountain Heritage leading 44-0. Murphy leading 50-7. Andrews leading 34-6. Cherokee 36-7 leading. And Thomas Jefferson over Avery, a final 39-7. As we mentioned, every Smoky Mountain Conference game is a rout. And,
it sure is.
And kind of like this one here, nothing against Hayesville, but a 40-7 score, and a lot of kids getting playing time, and that's good to see. Now, interesting, McTaggart's back out on this return for the Yellow Jackets as our Maroon Devils will kick it off here.
Yeah, he may just been dinged up enough to keep him on the sidelines after the ball game started getting out of hand a little bit.
Yes, coming on to kick for the Maroon Devils is going to be another new man in the ball game, and this is going to be Landon Matz, who kicked off last time. Good leg.
Yep.
And it's going to be taken at the 15-yard line.
By McClure.
There's McClure out to the 25. He can get it going. 35-40, making people miss and breaking tackles. There's McClure out near midfield.
And the kicker almost made the tackle. He slowed him up till everybody else could get there, but the kicker did a great job of covering his own kick.
He did. And again, McClure, we know is a good back, and when you've got a lot of new faces out there, he can make a miss.
Oh, yeah. If he stays in the ball game, he'll make more miss, but I'm not sure that's exactly what his dad over there, the coach, has got in mind. I don't think he does.
Yep, McClure's going out, and Taylor is a sophomore. He's got a lot of football, 2 more years ahead of him. McTaggart also out of the lineup, so they're letting some new people play as well. And rightfully so. As we mentioned, the outcome of this game was decided a long time ago, and the only thing to be decided now is the final score with 2:29 to play.
Yeah, they got a new quarterback in there again.
Yep. Tate Roberts, a freshman.
Yeah, he's going to take the snap here in the gun, run the inside zone play.
Yep, and he hands off to a freshman, so their freshmen are coming in. Yep. It's almost like a JV finish here.
It is, and you know that's kind of the way these things boil down at the end.
Ashton Ball coming on now for the Maroon Devils up front on the defensive line. Conrad Henderson still in there. Coming out is going to be Braylon Aldridge. A lot of new faces in on defense for the Maroon Devils right now. Keontae Graham, number 86, a freshman out here at one corner. And we're proud of all these kids.
Oh, yeah.
On both sides. I mean, it's good to see all these kids out here playing a game they love, and it's going to be 24. Monty on the carry for Hayesville, and he's into the secondary. He has a first down.
Yeah, run the jet sweep, put him in motion across through there, snapped the ball, handed it to him, and he took off. And they did a good job of reach blocking us, zone blocking us out on the outside, and he ends up getting the first down.
Coming in now for the Maroon Devils, 34, Malachi Cochran, another freshman. He's in there. Daniel Nations, a freshman. So many guys that we can't get them all, but right now, first down, Yellow Jackets, a minute and a half to play. and they have a lot of freshmen in as well.
Running a toss sweep this time.
And
Gets on the edge.
Yeah, Mahoney getting to the outside, cuts back inside, but coming up with a good tackle over there is 85. That's Shiloh Woodson, a freshman. He's pumped up.
Great tackle. I mean, young man broke it, wrapped him up, and as soon as he wrapped him up, he went down. I mean, that's where you teach tackling.
That's it. And I tell you that sometimes, and you see it on TV, the NFL is probably the worst for it. They try to crush people with their shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it winds up getting people injured.
It does. And I mean, making contact is important, but the most important thing is making the tackle. I mean, you got to get him down.
Get him on the ground and wrap him up.
In.
Yep, here comes they toss it to number 12, Chandler Dempsey, who's getting some playing time now for the Yellow Jackets.
Picks up about 3 on the play, 2 or 3.
Under a minute to play now.
Under a minute now.
And so many kids out there getting playing time. We're so happy for them. Aiden, as we mentioned, so many guys, we can't keep up with all of them. But Aiden Southern's one of those over there at one of the corners. And Hayesville now with what could be the final play of the ball game. As this time it's going to be Tate Roberts, their freshman quarterback, running it to the right side. And he's tackled over there by another freshman, Daniel Nations, for the Maroon Devils with 23 seconds. And whether Hayesville runs another play is
pretty much up to Coach Kluwer over there, whether they do or not.
It looks like they're going to run up there.
One more.
Going to try to run one more play with the clock running out here in the first round of the state playoffs. Again, their quarterback, a freshman, Tate Roberts, back to throw. Going to throw it to the end zone. He's got a man open, and he caught it.
Touchdown.
Mahoney caught it for a touchdown with the clock showing 0. And now we'll see if they let them kick the extra point or whether that's going to be the ball game. I guess you get to kick the PAT. I don't know if it matters. The officials are about to walk off.
That's the ball game.
Yeah, the officials are leaving the field, and that's going to be the ball game. So 40-7 is our final score here at Swain County Memorial Stadium. The clock has run out. The PAT is obviously a moot point, so to speak, Coach. But
exactly,
it's good to see a lot of freshmen get to play. It's also good to know that apparently we didn't see any injuries here tonight. Some people got dinged up, but those that were injured did come back and play some more. Our hats off to Hayesville. They wind up their season. Our Maroon Devils will go to Mitchell now and play next Friday night. We've been up there many times up to Mountaineer territory, and we'll go up there and play them next Friday in the second round of the State 1A playoffs.
Yeah, it's a great place to go. If you've never been up there, it's a beautiful stadium up there on top of the mountain, literally on top of a mountain.
It really is.
Cut out right in behind their school there. And, it's not as pretty as ours, but it's a pretty nice place.
It really is. And Mitchell, talking about them, they're on a roll now, Coach. You know, they lost early in the season. They lost to a 4A school, Lake Norman, 15-12. And then they went to Andrews. Well, Andrews beat Mitchell 26-14. Mm-hmm. And that was probably a wake-up call because since that time, Mitchell has won now 7 straight games after losing to Andrews.
They've been on a tear. There's no doubt. So it's going to be
You mentioned, Coach, we just need to focus, don't we?
Yeah, just focus and stay up and stay positive about everything that you're doing and, be coachable and be prepared. prepare yourself.
That's it. Fans, that's going to wind it up here tonight. The Maroon Devils winning over the Hayesville Yellow Jackets. All the other Smoky Mountain Conference teams, Cherokee, Robbinsville, Murphy, Andrews, have also won here tonight, and they're moving on to the second round. As a matter of fact, one of those, Coach, coming up next week, Cherokee and Robbinsville get to play each other.
Well, see, there you go. It generally happens that way. You can't, if you put this many teams into the playoffs, you got teams this good out of this conference.
16.
You stick them all in there because they qualify. Then it's not long before they're facing each other. And a lot of folks like to see that because they don't want to play Smoky Mountain Conference teams.
You better believe it. So, friends, join us again next Friday. Mitchell, the destination point. We hope to be there live here on the Maroon Devils Network. So long, everybody.
Hey Maroon Nation, my name is Erin Jenkins and I'm an alumni of Swain High and also the Maroon Devils Network. The network you're watching right now helped me chase my dreams and get my start in broadcast journalism. From weekly interviews with Coach B to hosting game day specials and even getting to sit down with some of Swain High's greatest football legends.
History of the Maroon Machine.
All of things helped get me to WNCT 9 on your side in Greenville, North Carolina as an on-air news reporter. Right now, you can help other students just like me to chase their dreams by liking, subscribing, and sharing the Maroon Devils Network. As always, go Big Maroon!